Good afternoon. It's 3 o'clock. I'm Joseph Bonanno live from the 104.5 The Zone Studios. In NFL news today, former Pro Bowl cornerback Shaquille Griffin is signing back with the Seahawks, a return to where he began his career in 2017. Griffin had 2 interceptions and 6 pass breakups for the Vikings last season. In college hoops news, the college basketball regular season is expanding from a 31-game limit to a 32-game limit, according to multiple reports. Teams will not be required to, but now have the option to schedule more non-conference games starting in the 2026-27 season. Tonight, the first round of the 2025 NBA Draft gets underway starting at 7 p.m. The Dallas Mavericks, who won the NBA Draft lottery back in May, are expected to pick Duke's Cooper Flagg with the number 1 overall pick. The Spurs, 76ers, Hornets, and Jazz round out the top 5. For your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home with the Titans and Balls. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Yo, what up, 3HL 104.5 The Zone. Brent Doherty with you on a beautiful day in the Music City. Appreciate you being with us. Don Davenport on assignment today. Slay Dog, it is Wednesday.
Day.
Wow.
Yeah, that's all.
That was aggressive. Is that all you got, energy-wise? It's done?
That's all I have for the people right there.
I'll tell you this, man. It's, doing this job, I tell people all the time, there's 2 things that you can primarily control. Number 1, preparation. Number 2, energy level.
Mm-hmm.
Man, these hot days like this, boy, they make it a challenge to have some energy. I always think about, the guys working construction outside, the landscape guys, all those guys and gals that are pushing through this heat, man.
Yeah, I just saw mine leaving the house, and Godspeed to him. Like Smiley said, Godspeed.
Godspeed.
As Smiley just told me, Godspeed on your surgery on Friday.
2 sleeps till.
I can't wait. Get rid of the crutches.
Don't.
I'm thinking about. I can't do this because I took these from my little mentee Campbell Vanderveer. Shout out to Campbell, who had patella tendon. His patella.
Yeah. That's a thing.
What did he have it done, though? He had it.
I don't know.
Fixed. How about that?
You go to Babs, she'll be like, they're going to slice you open.
Yeah.
She got all excited about it.
Yeah, but, I got to give him his crutches back. But if they wasn't his, I'd take them to the river, right down the walking bridge, and throw them over there.
Is that what you're going to do when you're done with them?
I want to, but they're not mine. But I want to. I may pay them for them.
Okay.
May pay them for them just so I can do it.
Just so you can go destroy the crutches?
Yeah.
Would that be illegal to throw crutches in the
I don't give a damn.
river from the bridge?
Yes, I think that's considered littering.
Well, I'm a litter.
I will say this, though. Like, if you walk across a pedestrian bridge going toward Nissan Stadium and you go up the hill, you look to the left, there's a car in the water.
Yeah, I'm trying to hit the car. Throw it like a javelin.
Just don't, launch yourself with it.
Oh, and it gone. Dog. I don't think I've ever been. The last 2 days have been tiring, testing of me and my soul.
Brandon says best of luck on the upcoming surgery.
Appreciate that, dog.
Candy B91, 1 day and a wake up till Slay's new knee.
That's it.
Jalen says, hump day.
Hump day.
It's
what
funny
up,
when Babs isn't here. Zeph Dog goes crazy on her little drops.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they don't get the little side eye from her.
You get the list there.
She can beat your ass. You know that, right?
Yeah, I'm scared sometimes. She gives me that I think it's more scary when she doesn't turn her head all the way versus when she does turn her head all the way, when she snaps it around.
There are some things you say where she looks at me about you.
I can see the side profile of her face. I'm just like, oh, man.
Mm-hmm.
What up, Babsy? Let's see. What else we got? DCH says, played golf today. I had easier days at work. Shot an 86. I've never broken 90.
Ever.
Mm-mm.
Same.
Is that for you a golfer?
No, not at all.
Slay, have you?
Yeah. 90 clubs.
Oh, 90 balls? I've definitely used 90 balls before.
Yeah.
I mean, the worst is really the only time I play is when people ask me to play in these little, tournament things. And all you're doing there is trying to hit as far as you can, basically.
Right.
Every shot.
I mean, ain't nothing wrong with that.
I played long time ago. I played in a Pro-Am out at Hermitage when the LPGA tournament was out there, and we were lucky enough to have Annika Sorenstam in our group. And she's one of the best women's golfers ever. And she, very first hole, second shot, we're like, I don't know what we were, 300 out. And my man wanted to take a driver off the deck, right? Because you're just trying to hit as far as you can. And she goes, wouldn't it be smarter to be, like, think about how far you want to be out. You want to be 100 yards out? Hit that club. Hit the 200-yard club. And so my man he was like, nah, I'm going to do what I do. So he takes a driver off the deck, which is very hard to do. Hit a driver without a tee. Mm-hmm. I mean, that ball got sprayed to the right so far. She walks up, hits it. We walk up to her ball 100 yards out.
On the dot.
Yeah. And then she hits a wedge to like 3 feet. And we're like, what are we all doing out here? Why won't we take a driver off the deck? Because we know what you're going to do.
Yeah. Why wouldn't y'all?
Yeah.
Y'all felt embarrassed or something?
No. I mean, she's a Hall of Famer. But
yeah, I mean, what was the holdup?
She was just trying to teach us how to walk through the course and not try to hit it as far as you can with every club.
Oh, well, I am. And as far as I can with every club.
Terabella 76. What up, 3HL crew? She's a Mississippi State fan, so I'm guessing she enjoyed the conversation yesterday. We spent about 30 minutes on Mississippi State football. Babs had great stories about Starkville. Titans will have 6 training camp practices that will be open to the public. I have the dates for you. That's coming up in the next segment.
Will we be there?
Yeah.
Okay. It ought to be good and hot and sweltering.
Right?
Yeah, we should be tipping it. If we're in mid-90s now, high 90s on some days, we should be easy being 100. They should, I don't know if will they get in pads? Can you get in pads if you're in 100-degree weather?
Oh, yeah.
No, you can't just that. There's got to be a rule to that.
They could go inside their little bubble.
Ain't it hotter in there?
It's just hot and
they got AC. They got AC in there.
Listen, they don't know, dude.
Not that little bubble.
They don't go in there unless it rains. Storms. Sometimes in the rain they stay out. If they want, wet ball Wednesday or whatever they want.
Yeah,
they'll stay outside a little bit. But usually, if it's slippery outside, they'll go inside because they don't want unnecessary injuries.
Foolishness to happen.
But no, dude, it's like a sauna in the bubble.
Oh yeah, don't go in the bubble then.
It's not 100 degrees, but it's probably, like if it's 100 outside, it's probably 90 in there, but it's all closed off. They try to pump air in there, but
ain't no out being pumped.
It's tough. Coming up today, may or may not be funny at 3:45. It's not really funny this time. I'm going to go ahead and tell you. It's not funny.
Why would you pick it then?
Because I wanted to play it, and I just put it in that little slot. But I'm going to tell you it's not funny. But it's a great story.
Okay, may or may not be interesting.
It's definitely interesting. And it's about Nicolas Cage playing roulette.
Okay.
Okay?
I mean, that don't pique my interest. If you told me I'm coming across a story with Nicolas Cage playing roulette, I'd probably go past the story.
No, you want to hear it. Why? I mean, I don't just put anything in the show.
I know.
Just to put stuff in the show.
But you said it is definitely not may or may not be funny.
No, I just put it in that slot because I scoured through my Insta Reels this morning. I couldn't find anything worth, from a humor perspective to put in that slot. So I'm just going to put this one in there. I mean, we could not call it that and just play it.
Yeah, because
let's just play. You batting out great percentage, dog. I don't think you want to be in this.
You don't want me to mess up my 100%.
Yeah, you're batting 1,000.
But I'm telling you, it's may or may not be funny. This isn't funny. I'm just going ahead and tell you that.
Yeah, but that's bad. No,
but it's going to ruin my percentage.
There you go.
Okay, so this untitled segment will feature a really cool story about Nicolas Cage playing roulette and how he went about it.
That might be better.
And the thing that he said, the ball placement person that runs the roulette table.
What did he tell him?
He had a great quote, or she had a great quote.
The little person that drops the ball.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What do you call that person?
There's
got to be a name for the roulette ball dropper.
Diller?
Maybe. Coach Mack, presented by Two Rivers Ford at 4 o'clock. Todd Ferman, Bet the Board podcast. So with Todd, he loves hockey. He played college hockey. He tweeted the other day how great the NBA Finals was.
I can't wait to hear this.
So we can talk with him about that. What did Vegas do with that? The favorite ended up winning, but did a lot of people go Indiana in Game 7 trying to capitalize on a potential upset? So we'll talk with him about that. Also, NASCAR in-season challenge. Denny Hamlin and William Byron are the favorites. Does he like those two? Where can you find value? He picked Denny Hamlin to win the race last week.
Yes, he did.
Finished second.
Oh.
Very close at Pocono.
You've been on fire.
Yeah. What you got? The roulette ball dropper person.
So you can call it a dealer if you want.
That made sense to me.
But the official term is croupier.
Croupier?
No, nobody got time for that.
And there is a movie from 1998 called Croupier.
Oh, I want to see that. I'm writing it down. There's a movie about a roulette ball dropper?
I want to see that.
Do you want me to read the description of it?
Yeah.
Jack Manfred is a croupier who works by night and writes by day. His girlfriend Marion becomes increasingly frustrated by his seemingly aimless life, but he becomes focused when glamorous South African Johnny de Villiers arrives in his casino and then in his bed with a plan to defraud the house. But is she playing with a straight deck of cards? Find out in the movie Croupier.
Well done, Zeb. You're going to get voiceover work from Hollywood with that deal.
Okay.
Especially when you stopped and said, I can't pronounce it.
He can't because he won't be able to. Because he got this mystery job in the mornings.
Oh, man.
Would you like to? Let's see who's in it.
Vanabet AD2 had a great point based on the Matrix level of 3HL. It's amazing that Nicolas Cage is not in that movie.
That would be just.
Who is in that movie?
I'm looking at the cast right now.
Probably nobody.
Clive Owen.
Oh, okay.
Mike Hodges.
Crap, maybe I've seen this.
Nick Redding. Gina McKee. Kate Hardy. Alex Kingston.
Oh, yeah. He's good. Him and Clive Owen are the only two that I know.
David Hamilton.
That's
Neville Phillips.
Neville.
Named White-Haired Man. That's his name.
Okay, you've got too deep into the cast.
White-haired man?
I've scrolled all the way down. I don't recognize any of these people.
Playing. He's playing the white-haired man.
Yeah.
I like that.
That would be good. Last night, former Vol baseball star Christian Moore balled out for the Angels.
See, Mo.
He hit now keep in mind, this was 1 year to the day that Tennessee won the national title.
In which he led off that game with a home run.
Yes. He hit a game-tying home run against the Red Sox. He then hit a game-winning walk-off homer with his team trailing to win it. He also drove in all of his team's runs. No other player in Major League history has done all of that in the same game. It was his 12th Major League Baseball game. And again, exactly 1 year after Tennessee won the national title. How about that?
He's got 7 hits since being called up last week. Yeah, last week. 3 of those are home runs, and one of them is a triple.
Also, Chase Burns from Gallatin played at Station Camp until his senior year. Then he went to Beach. Then he went to Tennessee. Then he transferred to Wake Forest. Chase Burns is the first starting pitcher in at least the expansion era, so that's back to 1961, to strike out the first 5 batters he faced in his first Major League Baseball game.
Well, that's what happens when you throw the heat.
He pitched 5 innings, gave up 6 hits and 3 earned runs. He struck out 8. The Reds beat the Yankees 5-4. Burns got a no decision. The Reds took him in the first round of the 2024 Major League Baseball draft at number 2 overall. NBA draft coming up tonight. Gonna ask Slay Dog some questions about some guys. Some SEC dudes that you will see taken in the first round, some guys that will go in the second round potentially, and some guys that may make it without being drafted. We'll talk a lot about that. I do have some baseball notes that I think that y'all will be interested in, especially Zeph Dog. And he's probably seen these, but
no, Zeph, yeah.
He's a big baseball guy. All right, when we come back, who the hell knows? What do you want to do, Slay? NBA draft?
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah, let's do that. Oh, also the NCAA is set to decide on a possible expansion of the men's and women's NCAA basketball tournaments. They've been talking about this forever. I mean, forever. And it looks like they're going to get it done in the next few weeks. We will talk about that today. So a lot going on. 3HL 104.5 The Zone.
All right, fellas, listen up out there. Don't live with tiredness and low energy. Get your life back with testosterone therapy at Low T Center. Take the test, get fast results, and start TRT with Nashville's leading experts in men's health. Now it's easier than ever with the new Synergix. That's right, the Synergix Health app. Right there on your phone. An innovation in healthcare technology you won't find anywhere else. Download now or book an appointment while the test is still free at fixmylowt.com. Fixmylowt.com is real simple, very simple to do. The apps make it easier when you go in. There's friendly environments in there. The staff is right there and welcoming. It's real easy, man. It's been happening over 25 years. It's changing people's lives and patients' lives. All you got to do is dive in and get that energy right back to where it's supposed to be. You're on the go every day, waiting on those feet to hit the ground and get to moving and not be stressed. Go to lowtcenter.com.
Want to tell you about United Structural Systems. USSTN.com is the website. Go ahead and get in touch with these guys, see what they do, and see how they can help you with regard to foundation repair and waterproofing issues. United Structural Systems is a foundation repair and waterproofing company that has served the Middle Tennessee area since 1994. Again, USSTN.com. Some of the symptoms you may find with regard to foundation repair issues that need to be addressed. Again, USS can help you and will help you. They are the best. When it's hot and dry weather, like right now, do you notice soil cracking, maybe pulling away from your home, leaving holes or gaps next to the foundation? Are your bricks cracking, walls bowing, doors or windows sticking, drywall separating, stair-step cracks in masonry mortar joints, chimneys tilting or leaning? These are all signs of a possible foundation issue. Your house may be trying to tell you something. When it comes to large home repairs, a lot of times homeowners pretend you don't want to see the warning signs. You're afraid of what you're going to hear. But USSTN.com, our guys at United Structural Systems will help you out. Over 30,000 100% satisfied residential customers. Homeowners trust USS. Keeping homes dry and stable, we guarantee our best. Call USS, 615-488-7855. USS, serving Middle Tennessee, Southern Kentucky, and Western Kentucky. Online at USSTN.com. 3HL 104.5 The Zone. Happy Wednesday. Brent Doherty, Ron Slay with you.
Hey.
Okay. What brought that on?
Listen, today, the way I'm feeling, I don't got no clue.
Running on fumes?
No, running on hope.
Running on hope.
I'm like the Titans fan base.
I don't think you're running on anything with that knee, Slay.
You're absolutely correct. Could you take my camera down a little bit, though?
When is
Because you're sitting so low.
I know.
I gotta get your head even. I gotta get your head even with Brent.
There you go. Yeah, that feels better, though.
Oh, I did that a while ago.
Oh, I just did it. Oh, I just saw it on the camera, on the chat, on the stream.
I'm running on hope, like the Titans fan base.
Dr. Rob is my Cam Ward. I'm just waiting to get there to opening night.
You're just throwing out one-liners.
That is, he is.
So, how hopeful, because you know as well as I do, we talked about this before the draft, when everybody was pissed off and disgruntled and everything, and I'm like, hey, man, they're drafting number one, they're going to take a quarterback, everybody's going to get hopeful.
Yep.
Everybody's going to get excited.
Yeah.
And you know that's going to happen as we get close to the season, right?
Yes,
But
absolutely.
where are people right now, do you think? 1 to 10, I hate to generalize a group of people, but let's do it. 1 to 10, generally speaking, Titans fan base, where is the hope level as we sit here on June, whatever the...
This is June 25th.
June 25th.
Happy birthday, Taylor, my little brother.
Oh, man.
Oh, and Cindy Fitzgerald.
That means we're halfway to Christmas.
June 25th?
6/25. 6 more months from today is Christmas.
You know something, yo.
Better start shopping, Slato.
Yeah. You're right. Actually right, because I'm horrible when it get closer. Where's
Brentwood
the hope?
Jewelry. Our friends at Brentwood
They
Jewelry.
always come through.
Where's the fan base,
I'ma be
generally
real.
speaking, in terms of hope, right now as we sit here June 25? Tyler says 11.
I can't say 5 because that's average. That's average hope. Like I'm walking down the street, I might find a quarter type of hope. You know what I mean?
Speaking of, do you know what happened to me the other day?
You found a bankroll.
I was walking downtown, and I was like, that looks like a $1 bill up here. I get up there, $100 bill.
Really?
I did not pick it up.
Why not?
Because I thought somebody was messing
You got to
with
be
me.
careful. Yep.
Or it was like some gang initiation thing. Like somebody was watching me, and I was like, the person that picks this up, we're going to rub them out.
You always watch too many movies.
No, that thing would have been in my pocket, and I would have been on the 3 blocks away.
So,
Listen, I done seen too many people, especially downtown Nashville.
yeah.
Too many people trying to go viral and stuff. I probably would have scooted.
Was there
Would've
anybody
kicked
near
or
it?
something.
It wasn't very crowded in that space in that moment, but it was like I was going somewhere anyway, and I was going to post up. But by the time I was going to watch and see who like picked up the $100 bill. By the time I got there, it was gone.
Somebody got it.
Like I got there, turned around, it was gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a lot of people are walking away from $100 bill on the street. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, so that's a different hope. That's
a lot of hope.
That's a whole lot. Find $100. I would say somewhere around 8.5.
You think the Titans fan base is 8.5 hopeful?
Minimum 8.
Yeah, especially after Cam Ward's offseason and like all the hype, actually seeing him out there in a Titans uniform, seeing him throw, seeing that connection with the rookie wide receivers and Calvin Ridley, and seeing Brian Callahan talk about him and all the coaches rave about him, and this story about, hey, comes in at 5 a.m. on his own, he doesn't need, instruction to come in and get his extra work in.
Yeah. I'm kind of with him on that. Like what you have to understand is taming the hope, because the hope doesn't translate to wins.
I don't want to tame the hope.
No, but you got to, because if you don't, you're going to translate that hope to wins, and it may not really be that.
I'm not worried about being disappointed.
Okay, all right, well, cool. Well,
we've had to. You agree with me on this one?
Yes.
Don't be afraid to hope.
Nope.
Don't be afraid to get excited in life, because you only live once, right?
Yep.
And you don't want to miss the run. Like if I was scared to get excited in 1998 when Tennessee converted a 4th down and 10 with a late pass interference call, they'd lose the game without that call.
Yep.
But as they beat Syracuse, they beat Florida. What if I'm sitting there and I know lots of Vol fans were like, I'm just waiting for the shoe to drop.
Mm-hmm. That means you should stay at home.
Which almost happened in the Arkansas game when
The shoe did.
The shoe got stepped on. But then you missed the entire ride by being worried.
Yep.
So worry and fear is a waste of time.
What I think, Euro.
Right?
Yes, absolutely.
So once I establish my hope level, there's no putting a governor on it.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
No, but this is what I'm trying to say. Understand where your hope is directed.
Yeah.
Your hope needs to be directed on we've got our franchise quarterback.
Yes.
But what you got to understand
so that's how you're getting to the 8.5 right now.
There you go.
Yeah.
Because in that globe, the hope globe, when you look outside, it's still other pieces missing on this team.
On the globe?
Can't forget about that.
Yeah.
But somebody will shake your hope globe up.
Like a snow globe.
And it'll come down and it'll blind you from seeing all the other pieces. You'll be like, wow, we only won 6 games.
But then it all peacefully falls into place.
Then you settle back down and hope comes back to you. You're like, oh, this is why I was hopeful, because we got Cam Ward. And he is our franchise quarterback of the future. So imagine putting the other pieces around it. Hope goes up, shatters the globe, and everybody is hopeful then.
See, the reason why I asked you the question was because I'm the guy that irritates everybody. Like, my hope level is always at 10.
Yeah, I don't want to go that high. I don't want to go that high.
My excitement level is always at 10.
Yeah, we burnt ourselves in the past by going this high.
But I'm not afraid of burning myself.
Yeah,
but as long as you're not looking at the 2025 season with the hope.
I'm not worried about getting disappointed.
No,
like
at
if
all. Zero.
You got to direct your hope towards 2026 and 27 and beyond that.
Yeah, because I mean, look, there'll be another year after this year.
No, y'all. No. That's the season hope for your team is totally different than the Cam Ward hope.
My grandfather used to when I was a kid, I was like Zeph, man. I was living and dying with Tennessee football results, and just. That's so excited, so upset, all of the things, all the time. And
Savage lived that life.
My grandfather used to tell me, and keep in mind, my grandfather's dad was Nathan Doherty at Tennessee, dean of engineering. He was the athletics director that hired General Nealon. And my grandfather would be like, why are you so upset? I'm like, because they lost. They should have won. They should have completed this. Blah, 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 all these things. He's like, number one, you can't control it. Number two, my dad used to always say, the university will be there tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't argue with you.
No, you can't.
But I want you to find my exasperation level. You know what I mean? That's how I was then. Now I'm a little more measured. But Zeph's dog's there for us for that.
Absolutely.
I got you guys.
Like, we can't even talk with him during games anymore.
Nope. There's no need. Zeph lives a different life.
Have you ever been watching a game in, like, your home or somebody else's home and, like, something happened in a Tennessee football game and you threw something?
No, I'm not a thrower. I'll get mad, but I'm not going to throw or hit anything.
I once threw a turkey sandwich at the television.
I would never do that.
I'll slam the thing I'll do is I'll slam my fist down on like a couch or like punch a pillow, but like I'm not going after, especially not an expensive TV, $1,000 TV on the wall. No.
Yeah, I ain't gonna do that either.
M. Bob said a lot of people walked out of the Music City Miracle game early. I can attest to that.
But you know why? That was a good team.
I saw it happen.
You have a good team.
Right, that was a playoff thing.
Yeah,
but they walked out. They were done.
Yeah.
It was over.
Yeah.
ABC 2330 in the chat says, Titans fans have been burned by so many young quarterbacks, and the bar is set so low for the position that excitement is lower than it should be. I guess talking about Cam Ward.
I don't believe it.
So he's not buying into the excitement. Where are you, 8 or 8.5?
8.5.
8.5. I was thinking that you would say 7.
I was thinking about 7.
You were?
But I said no.
Because ratchet this thing up?
Because my hope for Cam Ward, not the team.
That's worth an extra 1.5.
Not the team, just in this one guy being the person that's going to guide us through. Like, when was the last time the Titans had the number 1 overall pick?
Never.
So get what that mean? You talking about setting the bar too low or anything? They never had this before.
Right, and to your point about never drafting number 1, so that puts us all, everyone listening, everyone that goes to games, everyone that has a rooting interest for the Titans, puts us all on the same level, which is like the basement in the elevator. And we're going up to 10.
I'm going to 8.
How long does it take to get there?
I'm going to 8.
You're just going to stay on 8?
No,
this year. No, I'm saying with Cam Ward, the goal is 10.
Oh, yeah.
10 is Super Bowl champion. how long, if they do it, how long does it take to do it? How long does it take to ride that elevator?
About.
Like we stopped on floor
4.
3 yesterday, and then last year, and then went right back down to the basement.
About 4 or 5 years.
Gosh.
Minimum. Yeah, that's too many holes, you got to have a really, really good team, man, to go to the Super Bowl. And luck. One thing that hasn't been
went from 5 wins to the NFC Championship game in one season.
Yeah, but one thing that we haven't had on our team is luck in the last 3 years.
Opportunity means preparation.
Now we're getting prepared. Still got other pieces to help prepare us, though. Like, this one piece is not going to do it.
Would you consider it lucky that Joe Milton had an insane game to get the Titans to the number 1 overall pick?
That is funny. That is funny.
Does that luck translate? Is that what started it?
I think that's opportunity.
That's a great point, though. Like, Tennessee's national championship run in 1998, a bunch of weird things happened.
Mm-hmm. But it was
to the point where, and you know this from being an athlete, when weird things start happening, you start thinking it's meant to be. And you go out there and play as free as you possibly can.
Mm-hmm.
So was that Joe Milton performance like the start of that for the Titans?
Who did they beat? Atlanta? Who did they beat?
Buffalo, I think.
I think it was Buffalo.
And what did Buffalo do?
They sat their players.
So no.
But the Patriots did too. The Patriots sat down Drake May to put Joe Milton out there because they knew they didn't need to win that game so they could get a higher pick. And then Joe Milton goes out there and goes, hey, watch this.
Yeah, I don't think that was luck. I just think that was just Joe been waiting on the chance. Sitting there stewing, and waiting on his opportunity.
You can watch the show live, YouTube, Facebook Live, Twitter, and Twitch.
Twitch, please.
Thank you, Zeph.
But what you have to have around these teams, good teams, is then the luck to happen. Because luck can happen to bad teams.
So what all do you need? You need quarterback, number 1.
You need a good team.
And what else, though? Like, if you just listed off a bunch of things. Like, quarterback
Offensive
is
line.
number 1. There is no question. Offensive line, number 2.
Gotta have offensive line.
Do you just say trenches and make trenches number 2?
Well, pass rush.
That's what I'm with.
Pass rush.
I feel like that's different than trenches because trenches is like stop and run as well.
Yeah, and even
pass rush.
I think even more than pass rush is the ability to play straight up defense and get pass rush and not have to scheme it up and take chances. Yep. Because they're going to have to scheme it up and take chances this year.
Intelligence. That'd be number 5.
Where does luck come in?
Luck can happen anytime, but you got to have all these other qualities though.
Okay.
Because the luck don't matter if you the like us.
Like New England, you luck up and win a game at the end of the season.
Yeah, it don't mean nothing for you, but it means something for somebody else.
Yeah, it sure did.
So that ain't good luck for you.
I also think you need a certified star in the league. Like, look at all these teams that are winning right now. You don't see any of them that doesn't have at least one certified star on one side of the ball or the other.
Has San Francisco been anywhere since they got McCaffrey?
San Francisco finished last in the division last year. They're the pick that everybody has.
They might be the exception, but he hasn't really played. He's been injured.
Yeah, but that's his fault.
Do you remember Bet the Board podcast?
I tried to say something.
You need a healthy star. Like
I've been saying the same thing.
Like Patrick Mahomes.
Really?
Really? You think Traylon's our healthy? You think Traylon is the Titans' healthy star?
You put Patrick Mahomes there.
Yeah, I won't give him a chance.
Like Patrick Mahomes is the Chiefs. He doesn't really miss games. Josh Allen for the Bills doesn't really miss games. Bengals got 2, Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase.
Back to the 49ers. Before the season last year, the Bet the Board podcast with Todd Ferman and Payne Insider, they went through win totals for the NFL, and their best bet was San Francisco minus 10, under, I think it was 10.5. 11.5. Anyway, they finished last place.
And they knew it was going to get hurt.
That was they did.
The board know how to play the odds.
3HL presented by Ferguson Home. Bring your vision to Ferguson Home where it all comes together, fergusonhome.com. Where do you think the hope level is as we sit here halfway to Christmas?
Oh, where's their hope level?
Or where's the fan base hope level? Yeah. Or where's your hope level? 615-737-1045. 615-737-1045.
Two different questions, though, Yoram. What you asking?
Yeah, but I want to know individually.
Hope level for Cam, hope level for the team.
No, team. I think you include. You include Cam with the team.
Well, I'm gonna have to bring mine back down.
Oh, okay. You took the question.
Yeah, I would. Yeah. I'm gonna have to come on back down some. I'm gonna have to go on about 6.
Oh, 6. See, that seems more.
So you think Cam's a plus 2.5?
No, I think talking about Cam, my hope for Cam is 8.5. We found our guy, but it's also. That's just the hope going into the season. I don't know where he's going to be because he ain't played a snap yet. But I'm hopeful that this is the guy. Like, If I had to push all my chips in, I push them all in. That this is I got to lead us into the future.
8.5 hope on Cam, 6 on the Titans this year.
Yep.
615-737-1045. DJ from Nashville. We know Zeph is not throwing anything after giving up that 2-run first pitch homer.
So mean, DJ. So mean.
That's low down right there.
That was pretty good.
I mean, I'm just sitting here trying to give you guys some.
Can we play the audio from that again?
I'd have to find it, but that's so mean.
You found it pretty quickly last time.
That was low down, DJ. Come on, man. My dog back here working, man. Don't bring that back up, man. See, that ain't luck, Zeph. That's what I'm saying. People bringing stuff up like that. Come on, man.
But what was funny about that is, number one, that Zeph still has it in his phone. Number two.
A good story.
Number two, it's a great story. Number three, it was perfect for, sometimes video doesn't work on audio, but it was perfect for audio.
Yes, it was.
Because the crack of the bat was the loudest crack of the bat I've ever heard in my life. And the ball never got more than 10 feet up in the air. So the exit velocity was like 234 miles per hour.
Okay, I found it.
And Zeph, the way Zeph turned his head immediately, which you can't see that part. But the fact that Alyssa was videoing this, and she's on their high school side, and you hear, oh my God, laughter, and get out of here ball from your own fans. Listen to all of that right here.
Yeah, there you go. We're gonna be throwing that.
I never heard an aluminum bat echo.
Yeah, they rocked my boy. Darn. That's all right, though.
615-737-1045.
Get out of here, ball.
They got laughing. I didn't even notice that until somebody pointed it out.
That's good.
Yeah, so we've got that on. Where do you think the fan base hope level is for the team? Where is your hope level for the team? If you want to express your opinion about your hope level for Cam Ward, you could do that. And we will get into the NBA draft as we roll through today's show. 615-737-1045.
All right, you're a little tired behind the wheel. Yes, things can go a little disarray for you when you're driving, and somebody could tap you, or you could tap somebody. When it happens, it's called an accident, people. Accidents do happen. Are you in fault? Is someone else in fault? Well, one fault or excuse or anything that doesn't need to be made, that's from Bart Durham injury law. You can always mean to call them because you know what you're going to get. 615-242-9000. 615-242-9000. Life can change in an instant, people. Car wreck can throw everything off. Your job, your bills, your peace of mind. That's when all you need is somebody on your side to come out fighting. Blair Durham and his team, they've been fighting for folks in Tennessee for years, making sure insurance companies pay up. So don't wait around. You don't have any upfront costs. You just got real people making sure you get what you deserve. Bart Durham Injury Law, 24/7, ready to fight for you. 615-242-9000.
3HL 104.5 The Zone.
Trees up. We're going to throw them trees up.
Brett Doherty, Ron Slay with you. 3HL presented by Ferguson Home. Bring your vision to Ferguson Home where it all comes together. The new location in Mount Juliet, Providence Marketplace. Check them out. FergusonHome.com. 615-737-1045.
What up, Ferguson?
Jameson said it sounded like Zeph's pitch. It sounded like the baseball exploded.
Man, listen. The guy would have bad intentions. How about that? Let's just leave it.
He was large too, that dude.
Large and in charge. Tell him Large Marge sent you. I'm watching it when I'm down.
You are?
I'm gonna watch it.
Large Marge?
Yep. You know what I'm gonna watch too?
Goonies?
Sopranos.
Oh man.
I've never seen Sopranos. I tried to start watching it, episode all the way to episode 3.
One of the actors, I just saw like a reel, and one of the actors in that show, he said there was a guy that called Tony Soprano, Gandolfini, James Gandolfini, and he said he called him and said, like, it was not known number, whatever, but he answered the phone.
Yeah. And
he said, the guy on the other line said, hey, man, we really love what you do with the show. And he had like this thick Italian accent. He said, we really love what you do with the show. You're doing great. One thing, though. And he said, Gandolfini was like, oh, God, what's coming? That's his name, right? Tony Soprano's name, Gandolfini?
I will. Is this the... I'll let you finish before I ask.
The little heavyset bald dude.
No. I know who he's talking about. I'm asking about the story, but I'll let him finish. He's almost there at the punchline.
I'm almost there. So he said, you're doing a great job. It's incredible acting, all this stuff. And he goes, but one thing. No Don ever wears shorts. And so from then on, you never saw Tony Soprano wear shorts.
Really?
Yeah, because he was in one of the first couple episodes. He was out, like, cooking, grilling, and he was wearing shorts. And, yeah. He
Why
wears
doesn't
pants
Don
the rest
wear
of it.
shorts?
Godfather don't wear shorts.
Yes, it is James Gandolfini.
So he just hung up the phone after he said that. And Gandolfini was like...
That was real.
Like, number one, how did he get my number?
No, but that's what you want. You want to be touching. Those are people... The people you imitating, them the people you want to be touching their soul. That mean, it was like, hey, man, dang, you doing a great job, dog.
Yeah.
Like, somebody, man, tell them, though, you don't wear shorts, dog. You don't do that.
I looked it up, and apparently Mafia Dons generally don't wear shorts because it's perceived as too casual and undermines their image of power and authority.
I can dig that.
The Don doesn't wear shorts line.
You just read that like you were giving pre-flight speech on Southwest.
Yeah, sorry.
Power and authority.
The Don doesn't wear shorts line, which was famously used in The Sopranos, reflects a traditional view of how leaders in organized crime should present themselves, with formality and an air of respectability.
DHP says it's the mob mayor. They have everyone's number.
Very true.
They want to call James Gandolfini. They're going to call James. Well, not now. R.I.P.
Yeah. They can reach anybody they're looking to.
That dude used to roll around Nashville.
Did he?
Yeah.
He lived there?
He shot multiple movies here and then I think fell in love with it.
That's all people do.
Yep. 615-737-1045. A couple of things out there. Where is the hope level on June 25th for this Tennessee Titans team? You can go with Cam if you want to answer that question.
I got two of them.
Well, you do
6 and 8.5.
Yes. 8.5 for Cam, 6 for the Titans. NBA draft. First round is tonight. Cooper Flagg will go number 1 to Dallas.
You think you're?
Is plus 100,000 or 10,000 or
I hope Nico Harrison drafts someone else.
Oh, no, he can't do
I hope.
No, he wouldn't be able
I just want to see Dallas
Life
fans.
would never be the same.
They would burn that city down.
They burn him down.
Whoa.
Wouldn't even have to worry about burning no city.
He'd get a strange
Didn't he get his
phone call.
house? Didn't his house get like attacked after the Luka trade?
I don't know.
I think it did.
Why would the Holiday Inn Club be calling me?
Holiday Inn Club?
Yeah.
Huh. You're very
in
important.
Alabama.
Answer.
This is the second. No. Remember, this is the second time this has happened. You asked me this last week.
I think you should. Hello. Is it a computer?
Right I'm on the air, brother. Thank you.
I'm on the air. He doesn't know what that means.
See, anytime somebody call you S, can they speak to Ron S. Slay?
Yeah.
I don't nobody go by no Ron S. Slay.
R.S. Slay.
So you did that last week, and Bert said, why'd you answer the phone like that? And he goes, oh, so it's so the AI people don't steal your voice.
Yep.
All right. The odds for Cooper Flagg to go number one are plus 100,000. I mean, sorry, minus 100,000.
Boy, we better, hurry up. Go get all your savings and everything. You want to put mine in there, too.
God, plus 100,000? I think Vegas would go broke.
No, just turn all the lights out in there.
Party's
Sell
over.
the sphere.
Turn out the lights. The party's over.
Yeah, what?
$100. If you bet $100 on Cooper Flagg to go number one, you would win 10 cents.
See, come on, y'all. Come on, Cooper. You got to be worth more than that. Just giving people 10 cents.
What if I bet $3,000? I would win $3.
Oh, you balling.
That might be the safest $3 you've ever made.
I'm not doing it.
You remember we were on air last time when I told you that Brandon Miller was going second.
Yeah.
And it wasn't clear. We could have made some money on that one.
So, what are your thoughts on Ace Bailey? Have you seen his draft?
Will you let me go through my stuff?
Sorry, I forgot. You got to go. Sorry, we got distracted. I got distracted. My bad.
Look at this. Look at all this. I worked so hard on.
Go.
My bad. Go ahead. Sorry. I jumped the gun. My bad.
Like it's up. Yeah, go ahead, Zep.
Man,
I just saw the
guy
story.
gets up a 2-run homer. Next thing you know, he just takes over.
I saw the Ace Bailey story today, and I thought it was interesting.
Okay, well, you can add to it when I ask for
Okay, I got you.
Cooper Flagg will go number one to Dallas. What kind of pro will he be? How impactful will he be? Like, is he the kind of player that if you were another team, you would be looking to get up to number one to get him?
Cooper?
Yeah. Or are you just...
Yeah. I think when you look at overall, you know what I mean? Like, listen,
he's not Wembyamba.
No, he's not a unicorn.
Yeah.
If you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a franchise guy that you go build your franchise around, but he is most definitely a piece to add to a franchise to help you get over that hump. That can come in and play right away. You can expect something from him as far as adding to the team, whether it be offense. He does enough well to cover if defense is what you're lacking. He can go and help.
You're not building around him.
No, but you're adding a piece.
And he is a legit piece.
He's a legit piece. Yep. Now, that doesn't mean.
I love that explanation.
When we get to the future, 5-6 years from now, like when guys start to AD may start to retire, Kyrie Irving starts to move out, that don't mean that he's not the centerpiece that you build around at that point.
Maybe his second team.
But right now, yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
yes.
Ultimately.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. Like, no, they can't let him go nowhere, though.
They got a track record.
No, same like, so, okay, they do got a track record.
Yeah.
This is an example for you. He's not Zion Williamson.
Okay.
Zion, you going to go get him and building around him. Like, this is it.
I wish he could stay healthy, man.
It would be different. It would be different. But Cooper is a guy, man, I think has all the intangibles. Man, he gonna be a great Robin if given the opportunity.
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Here was question number 2, Seth.
My bad.
What do you think about the two Rutgers guys, Slay? Both will go high. Dylan Harper, mocked by ESPN to go number 2 to the Spurs. Ace Bailey, number 6 to Washington.
I like Dylan Harper for sure. Dylan Harper, man, well-rounded game, veteran-like game, plays at his own pace. That's what you want in a point guard. Can get his own shots. Can play off the ball as far as when I'm saying play off the ball, being able to catch and shoot. Well, if somebody else is creating, manage the game well. I love him. I love his game, and then you know where his roots come from. Like Ron Harper was a dog. If you just know Ron Harper from playing with the Bulls, he was much more than that early on. Than just a complimentary player. Mm-hmm. So, he got the background for it. Ace Bailey, tough. Like before walking into this draft, I could have easily seen him going 1. Or let me rephrase that. He could have went 1 and I wouldn't have been surprised. Mm-hmm. With the talent and the potential that he has. Like him, he's just so young-minded in the game, if that makes sense. Oh, so the difference to me with him and Cooper Flagg, you can put Cooper Flagg on any team and
he's a pro right now.
Yeah, he'll fill the voids of what you need, and you can always continue to count on it. Ace, I think Ace is one of the guys you need to build around, but he's a wild card.
He's further away
from
his ceiling.
Yeah. There you go.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But I think potential-wise, Ace has more potential to grow then Cooper does too.
Zeph, would you like to add your analysis?
What are your thoughts of him not working out for any of the teams before this draft? I know Paul George had some words to say to him about it.
What did Paul George say?
Let me find the quote. You're not in a position to be making all these demands. Make it to the league first. His way of going about it is just not right.
I feel that, but I think everybody have a different take on it. My take would probably be, man, listen, I was telling Savage this the other day, once you get in the system, and the system is you coming from 9th grade all the way up 10th grade, 11th, once you get tabbed that McDonald's All-American, like they know who you are. Like you're going to the league. It's very seldom that guy that's a McDonald's All-American don't make it to the league. They done enough. They've seen enough videos, seen enough times make you playing, seen enough times of you working out. All of the things, they've done enough research. They know who you are. It's not going to make a difference to me if you go work out for the Mayors and don't go work out for the Zephs. Or if you just say, you know what, I ain't going to work out for anybody. Like, y'all saw me all year. I went to college for that reason. If it was coming out of high school, that's a little bit different. But you just went and played the collegiate season. They know what it is, man. They ain't.
You're not tripping?
No, I'm not tripping over it. I mean, it could be the difference between being picked 3rd and 9th or something like that, but it ain't like he finna slip to 16th.
I think his, before all that, I think his draft odds to go top 5 were minus 1,200, and now I think he's like plus 125 to go at number 6.
Well, let me put it like this. This ain't gonna be no Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah, that's where ESPN Mock has him at number 6 to Washington. I'll roll through the lottery, the ESPN Mock draft for the lottery for tonight, and get your take on that. There are a few SEC players involved. They also have 5 SEC players in the first round. I'm going to ask you about those guys who might end up with the best career, and then several dudes projected to go in the second round. And some Tennessee history potentially in this draft. So a lot to get to. 615-737-1045.
Dun, 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 dun. You need new doors and windows. Yes, you do. Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville. That's who you need to call. I did all the research for you because my rental property, the windows were collapsing in, and I had no choice but to put in new windows and doors. And so I went through every single company you could utilize here in Nashville, and out of all of them, Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville was my absolute favorite, and they have been phenomenal to work with. They did all of my windows and doors in my rental property. They did windows in my home because they were failing, and I just had them do 2 more doors in my home as well. You might be surprised to learn how affordable replacement windows are from Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville. Even more affordable because they're celebrating 100 years in business this year. And so guess what? They let me do dawn deals every week and every month. And for the month of June, it's a good one. 60% off qualifying installations plus 0% APR for 36 months. Ask for details. Schedule your free consultation. That's Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville online at PellaNashville.com.
All right, you're a little tired behind the wheel. Yes, things can go a little disarray for you when you're driving, and somebody could tap you, or you could tap somebody. When it happens, it's called an accident, people. Accidents do happen. Are you in fault? Is someone else in fault? Well, one fault or excuse or anything that doesn't need to be made, that's from Bart-Durham injury law. You can always mean to call them because you know what you're going to get. 615-242-9000. 615-242-9000. Life can change in an instant, people. Car wreck can throw everything off. Your job, your bills, your peace of mind. That's when all you need is somebody on your side to come out fighting. Blair Durham and his team, they've been fighting for folks in Tennessee for years, making sure insurance companies pay up. So don't wait around. You don't have any upfront costs. You just got real people making sure you get what you deserve. Bart-Durham injury law, 24/7, ready to fight for you. 615-242-9000.
Good afternoon. It is 4:04. I'm Joe Spinano live from the 104.5 The Zone studios. Today, the Titans announced that they will hold training camp from July 23rd through August 6th at Ascension St. Thomas Sports Park with 6 dates open to fans. Former Pro Bowl cornerback Shaquille Griffin signing with the Seahawks, a return to where he began his career in 2017. In college hoops news, college basketball regular season is expanding from a 31-game limit to a 32-game limit. Teams will not be required to, but now have the option to schedule more non-conference games starting in the 2026-27 season. And tonight, the first round of the 2025 NBA draft gets underway starting at 7 p.m. The Dallas Mavericks, who won the NBA draft lottery back in May, are expected to pick Duke's Cooper Flagg with the number 1 overall pick. The Spurs, 76ers, Hornets, and Jazz round out the top 5. For your foundation repair, whatever it needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Titans and Balls. This is 104.5 The Zone.
HL 104.5 The Zone. Brent Doherty with you on a beautiful day in the Music City. Dawn Davenport is on assignment. She will be back on Monday. Ron Slay is here.
I'm in the building. Hump day. The car. Yes.
We will get back into the NBA draft in just a little bit. Going to talk some Titans football now with Coach Mack, presented by Two Rivers Ford. Coach Mack, what's up? How are you?
Hey, Brent. Hey, Ron Slay. I'm doing good. I'm looking at the national weather. I'm on some of my travels here, and it looks like it's a little warm back there.
Man.
This is some West Texas heat, Coach Mack.
That's right here.
You know what? The West Texas has had some wind blowing, but it's not as hot in West Texas right now as it looks like it is back there in Nashville.
It is currently 97 degrees, feels like 106.
Man.
That's hot.
Every bit of it.
That's
too,
training camp hot.
Well, I mean that is training camp hot, and that's coming up pretty quick. You know, I'm doing my normal all season thing, doing some clinics and going around talking to people. But training camp's going to be on top of us pretty quick, guys.
Man, Mac, that heat right there, man. I don't know if they can put them in pads if they're going to go out there in that heat, Mac. I'm a little skeptical of that right there. Talk to me, brother.
They've been putting them in pads in the heat for a long time.
See, this is the point that I made when he asked me that question, and he immediately doubted me.
You got to have some cool got to be going on in them pads, Coach Mack.
You know what's happened, though, and in all seriousness, it's gotten a lot better. I mean, used to be, it was full pads every day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, now they can't do that.
Twice a day, every day, and most of the time, when I first started this out with the Bears, we would have 9-on-7, which is just a full bore except tackling to the ground inside run drill at both practices. I mean, and then when we got through with that, Dick would run them 10-1-10s. So. Yeah, it's a lot better now.
With the pads on? Good gosh.
And two
you got to take your pads off.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, boy, I know them 100-yard shuttles. Plus 10, them some bad boys, man.
You got to take your pads off with the 10-1-10s, and then we would get a fire hose and water the fridge down after you got through running.
Oh, yeah, boy. That's a hell of a reward, boy. I would love that.
Hell of a reward.
It is, I'm telling you.
Coach Mack.
When are you going to have your operation?
Man, Friday morning at 6 a.m. First one in, Mac.
God bless you. I'll be thinking about you because I thought that was a great event that we had, out there at the brewery.
Yeah.
Before everybody took off, and I was concerned about you then because I was concerned somebody was going to hit your leg the way you had it propped up on that chair.
It made me a little nervous, Mac. All it would have took was one touch, and I would have been in pain. Promise.
No, I mean that's. Well, I'm glad you're doing it. And I'm really happy you're doing that.
So now he wants to throw the crutches off the bridge into the Cumberland River after he gets.
Well, don't throw the crutches off the bridge until you don't need them.
Okay,
let's try that.
Coach Mack, for those that don't know, Coach Mack's first season in the NFL, linebackers coach with the Chicago Bears with Ditka, and you had Singletary and all those guys. What do you remember from your first training camp? Like, what was your impression of the NFL and training camp that first time?
Well, the first one is when we came in, Matt Suey, who was the fullback. Walter Payton's best friend. They came to camp in a helicopter. I remember that. That made a pretty good impression on me pretty quick. Okay. I mean, they landed right there at the dormitory in a helicopter. Just start out with that. Yeah. And then Jim McMahon had a Honda deal as far as when they had those first Honda scooters that came out.
Mm-hmm.
So he got everybody on the team. He had one of those Honda scooters, and it was probably about maybe 3/4 of a mile from where we practiced, the 3 practice fields, back up to the dorm. And I can remember just watching guys riding double on those things as fast as they could down the hill, going, there goes a pretty good team with a hell of a lot of money on those Hondas.
Well, Kenny Britt would have fit right into that thing.
Well, and then it shut down when Keith Van Horn hit one of those parking lot guy wires and did a flip on it, and then it was over.
Keith Van Horn. So, what was the vibe like on the practice field with those 2-a-days with Singletary running around?
Well, it was, as I say, it was pads on the first day and pads every day, twice a day, pads on, except for Sunday. Sunday morning, you got it was off. You got to sleep in and do whatever you had to do. Go to church, sleep in, do whatever you had to do. But then his pads were back on Sunday afternoon.
Coach Mack with us on 3HL. Let's talk about the offensive line, Coach.
Let's go.
As we go toward 2025. Very, very different. You've got Cushenberry coming back from the Achilles. I'm still worried about that. Big man with Achilles.
Yeah, let's talk about the Achilles a minute because, again, I've been around this for a minute, and those Achilles injury they're different than knee injuries because that Achilles thing. It takes longer for that. I mean, when you really start to, my experience has been with it. So anyway, and plus, with a big man like that, most of the time those Achilles injuries take a little bit longer. And some of the the reality of those Achilles injuries. And again, I was always very concerned about those types of injuries when I was coaching because, Achilles being different than a knee is, the way that modern medicine is now with the knees, I mean, they can have them up and doing stuff pretty quick. Those Achilles, not so much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so right to be worried there. Dan Moore Jr. coming in at left tackle. Peter Skoronski got so much better toward the end of the season. You could really see a jump from him. And Slay made a good point. Well, he did have an appendectomy in that first year and dropped a bunch of weight. So there needs to be, thought given to that. But I think he's going to be really good. And then you go to the other side, and Kevin Zeitler, you mentioned how important that is for a 14-year guy next to J.C. Latham, who moved back to his natural position. I'm really anxious to see. And Easton Freeze from A to Z Sports told us yesterday, he said, I'm scared to say this, but I think they can be really good.
Well, when you watch it, of course, you know how much attention I pay to that. That's where I start. I've told you this many times before for our listeners. I start out every practice, since the draft, and for 2 years down there watching Bill Callahan work. It is a different group. It's a better group. It should be a better starting group. Now, again, Cushenberry, I mean, you'd love to have him back, even if he's not back immediately. I think they can still make it work in that center guard triangle just because of what you said, Brent. Skoronski was a very much improved player.
Yeah.
And you're right. That first year, I mean, that appendectomy, other than being a rookie, knocked a whole lot out of him. I was really surprised he came back as quick as he did from it.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, that's all in the past. That's in the history. The right guard, getting the right guard in there is a big thing because you're also moving J.C. Latham over there. That should be a fairly stout side. With knock on the wood, that I'm standing here next to, is that they all stay healthy. And then look, the left tackle is a legitimate left tackle in the league. Now, is he the best tackle in the league? Look, tackles are hard to find, but he's a legitimate starting tackle in the league, which is, in all honesty, you've had some problems in the past finding somebody that was a legitimate 17-game starting tackle over there. So it should be better, not only with experience, but just as to where people are placed. And the other thing is, I think, and again, haven't seen him in one bit of pads yet this year, and we'll find out a lot. I'm going to be gone with the team for the 10 days that they're gone to Tampa Bay and that they're gone to Atlanta. We'll find out a lot, in that stretch of time. But just looking at it, it looks like their depth is a little bit better too, Brent.
That's
yeah,
good.
I think they like that Jackson Slater kid, the draft pick. Corey Levin's there. You know what you have there. Andrew Rupchich, you know what you have there. So
yeah, Corey Levin. To me, I've always liked Corey Levin because that guy is somebody that's very versatile. And anytime Corey Levin's ever gotten in there as a former coach, at least you know what you're going to get from him. Pretty steady.
Yep. Coach Mack with us, presented by Two Rivers Ford.
Coach Mack, we talked a lot about offense, and that's been the thing, especially bringing in the number one overall pick in Cam Ward.
Right.
But Denard Wilson, man, how much do you think is on his plate coming into this season? Because we talked about Brian Callahan as well. Yeah, a lot, huh?
Yeah, there's a lot. I mean, there is because, and again, I really, Denard's a good coach.
Yeah.
I've coached with Denard. I've seen his development, all the way up throughout his entire his career. I know he learned a lot that first year. That defense last year was up and down, and it was really up for a while. But then it had some, when you start losing some players, it wasn't as good. I know that just investing with him, which I do quite a bit, just talking to him, he really feels like that this group. I think what he's if he can get that back end straight, and especially at that corner spot, he's going to do some things. We saw a little bit of it during this mini camp when they started doing some of their stuff. The thing that's going to be on his plate a lot is, can he get a rush, and can he get quarterbacks off the spot without having to trick it up? Now, if he can do that with the people that he's got, then there's so much more that he can do coverage-wise. I know, just because I've been in the rooms with him for a long time. I see. So that, to me, I think is his primary concern right now. How much, and find out pretty quick if he can depend on a 5 or a 6-man rotation where he can get pressure without having to trick it up. Now, he'll trick it up some, but if you have to trick it up all the time, you take some things away that you can do coverage-wise.
Yeah, and we'll talk more about that with you next week, because we do need to get into some detail. That's come up on the show the last couple of days. So just being able to manufacture pressure without having to scheme it up is something we definitely want to talk with you about. Dave McGinnis, Titans Radio, with us. Coach Mack Tour, that's what he's on. So we appreciate you, Coach.
Thank you, Coach.
Guys, hey, Ron, good luck, man.
My man, I'll be reaching out to you.
Good luck. I'll be thinking about you. I expect to see you out there being able to run the lines once training camp starts.
Man, running straight, Mac. Right on out of there. I won't be touching the line coming back.
See you guys. See you, Brent.
See you, Coach Mack. All right, Coach Mack, presented by Two Rivers Ford. When we come back, we'll visit with Todd Ferman. We'll talk about some NBA draft betting angles. Also, the NASCAR in-season challenge, the NASCAR event coming up on Saturday at Atlanta. A lot to get to with Todd next. 3HL 104.5 The Zone.
KellumStemCellInstitute.com. The holistic stem cell therapy, it is your body, it's your cells, your solution. Now, they can not only harvest your body's stem cells, but also store them for future and continued use. You're going to hear this quite a bit from me because it works, people. I had such great results with my knee that I wanted to expedite the results in my hip. So went back to Kellum and got a shot of their secret sauce. Nanoparticles and other growth factors function by increasing the energy output of our cells, as well as improving cell communication. That being the cells being redeployed and waking up the other cells like, hey, man, get up. We got to fight inflammation. It's time to get them up out of here. The end result is faster healing and pain relief, and I'm living proof. So the secret is out. Call Kellum Stem Cell Institute today and get back to a healthy you. 615-850-4415. Set up your consultation, 615-850-4415.
3HL 104.5 The Zone. Brent Doherty with you on a beautiful day in the Music City. Ron Slay is still here.
I am in the building.
With his dumb knee. What are you calling that thing?
Dumb ankle.
Dumb ankle now.
The knee been cool. The knee has a future. And it's not with me.
The knee does have a future.
Yeah, but it's not with me.
Did you get an answer on what was wrong with your ankle?
No.
So it's not, is it?
Apparently it's arthritic.
So it's not gout.
No. Well, no blood. None of my labs have come back saying that.
All right, because
that's a good way to answer.
It's very bad arthritic ankle.
All right, because Dawn was very close to jinxing you, and
yeah, she's a hocus pocus. That's why I stopped talking to her about it.
I don't know why. Like, she was all in on that.
She's a hocus pocus lady.
Hocus pocus lady. What is Todd Ferman?
Todd Ferman is a hocus pocus guy.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm all for holistic medicine when you can try and lean into it, but there's a reason we have modern medical science to try and rest, rehabilitate, and make Slay as good as new, even if he becomes a bionic man.
Todd, Father, one thing all you got to worry about is what's your wind and conditioning going to be like? Because in 16 weeks, boy, you are mine. It ain't no more running no more.
Look, the bottom line is this. I was never a guy built for the 40-yard dash, but I'll still beat you, Slay. And then if you want to stretch it out, we can run whatever distance you feel comfortable with. If you feel you can beat me in a 5K, you want to make it a 10K, I am more than happy to try and put your endurance to the test, kind sir.
So I would like a short K, whatever that is.
The 10-yard dash or a 3-cone drill feels like it's more in your wheelhouse.
Is this going to turn into short cake?
No, that'll be for the winner. So the winner can get a small cake, like one of them little small ones from you too, little dog. You can jump out that race too. But at the end of it,
I'm not racing him. There's no chance I'm racing him. He'll put both of us to shame since his jogging pace is about 10 times faster than I can move.
Ferman, what is your dog's name?
His name is Milo.
Milo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Why Milo?
Like the tea.
That was his name when we adopted him. And so rather than trying to put him through confusion and try and change a name, that was his name, and it is stuck. We do not have an Otis to go along with our Milo.
I really thought you would have something like Pit Boss or something like that. I don't know.
No, I mean, when we worked in the rescue community, I mean, most of the dogs that we've taken in, I mean, just kind of kept the name that they had rather than trying to teach them a different thought process and such. So haven't really had the opportunity to name any of our animals recently, and if we continue down that same trajectory, probably won't for the foreseeable future.
So we learned today that we thought the roulette guy was the roulette ball dropper, but we found out that his name...
No, dealer.
You thought dealer, yes, which is an acceptable term.
It could be a roulette dealer, yeah.
Or croupier.
Yes, the croupier is more of the European variation than anything else. So it's a little bit of it's a little bit of back and forth to try and do it. But I'm hoping that you guys aren't delving into roulette. I mean, that is one of the most difficult games to beat because the house advantage is stacked against the player, especially if you're playing 0-0 roulette. Of course, the math improves a little bit if it's 0-0. But the disturbing trend we've seen out here in the desert is that some of these casinos, to get more recreational play, are going to 0-0 roulette. You may as well turn it into National Lampoon's Vegas Vacation. Play What Hand Is It In, or go out somewhere on Las Vegas Boulevard and look to play a little bit of 3-card Monte if that's the case.
They can't put no 000s on there, man.
I mean, Slay, you'd be amazed at what they can do. And this is probably a little more technical than some of the listeners care to hear. But I mean, I was part of the casino analytics team, and we basically reviewed all the table games math, all the slots. So we knew the numbers backwards and forwards. And what we would do oftentimes is run tests to try and figure out what the customer was looking for when they came into the casino. And you guys wouldn't be amazed because you see the way people bet sports. But what we found is that people would more oftentimes gravitate towards a lower limit blackjack game and didn't necessarily care about the rules. So for better or worse, one of the legacies that I'll have standing behind me, and of course not my name attached to it, is rolling out 6-5 blackjack instead of the 3-2 variation, because we could offer a $5 or $10 game instead of typically going to a $25 minimum. And the players really didn't care. They wanted to sit down at the table. They weren't worried about the math that was working against them. They just wanted to play at a number they felt comfortable with. And then we took it one step further to integrate at the time what were called party pits, throwing out beads, stuffed animals, decks of cards, all the bells and whistles that kind of migrated, devolved, or evolved, depending on how you want to look at it, to some of the party pits where the girls are dancing on poles half naked to try and bring in customers that weren't exactly looking to play the most competitive blackjack game from a mathematical perspective.
So explain 3 to 2, 6 to 5.
So 3 to 2 for a $10 better. If you hit blackjack, you get $15 on your blackjack compared to 6 to 5, where you would get $12 on your blackjack instead of 10. And while it may not seem like a lot, giving up $3 essentially for every blackjack on a $10 minimum bet, it does add up over time. And the individual customers aren't nearly as price sensitive. But when you do that player after player after player over hundreds and thousands of trials, the mathematical advantage that it gives the house is tough for the player to be able to overcome. And it's the same reason when you walk in any casino, whether it's in Las Vegas, whether it's Atlantic City or anywhere else, when you see these side bets that are there that people will bet $1 to have these astronomical odds. I mean, from a math standpoint, those are some of the worst bets you can make. And we would work with some of the table game operators that were there, some of the companies, whether it was Shuffle Master or any of the other bigger outfits, and figure out unique ways that we could create bells and whistles where the player thought they were getting perceived value, but we knew they'd never be able to outrun the math.
Yeah, because players think that blackjack is the most player-friendly game, right?
It can be. I mean, if you shop around and you're playing optimal strategy and you're looking for all of the rule variations, I haven't really done a audit for Las Vegas Boulevard and some of the strip casinos, given that I've kind of removed from that way of life over the last 10 to 15 years.
Yeah.
But when I used to go through, we'd look at what the high limit rules being offered at Venetian, what they were at the Wynn, what we were doing at Caesars, MGM, et cetera. And the high limit game that we offered at Caesars was the most competitive that was out there. And it all boils down to, does a dealer have to hit soft 17? How many times can you split aces?
Yeah.
And every unique twist that you can put in the rules, if it gives you a small percentage, you can gradually stack the deck in your favor. The other thing that we had for us, and technology's gotten more sophisticated over the years, is that we would analyze a player and we would reinvest in a player accordingly. That if we had folks that were known to the company, I could tell you pretty convincingly what that player was doing from a house advantage standpoint. So when someone like Charles Barkley would come in and play up in Lake Tahoe, you could roll out the red carpet and give him whatever he wanted because the math was always going to work against him. And then you had guys that weren't card counters but played with a little bit more attention to detail. We wouldn't reinvest in them the same way we would somebody that was willing to get drunk and donk off money like it was going out of style.
Yeah, so if you get offered a free hotel room, then you've been chosen.
Yeah, it's a little bit different. I mean, look, casinos have gotten a lot smarter. We tried to figure out a lot of what went on behind it, but typically the players that are going to get the most upside and benefits are those that are playing slots. Slots have a built-in what's called theoretical hold percentage behind all of them. So, yes, there are advantage slots out there where people can kind of figure out when some of these bonuses are going to hit. But the casino, more often than not, doesn't care who wins those. And we can distill down within a percentage point of exactly what that casino customer is going to be worth, where table games are a little bit more ambiguous, and you don't really get much in the way of reinvestment if you're just there betting sports.
Michael says, boo, 6'5" blackjack Ferman is the devil.
Hey, look, I mean, that's the whole thing. And if players are smart enough, they can shop around a little bit and find games. There are still plenty of 3 to 2 games that are out there. But it kind of blew me away when we'd run some of these tests. You talk to people that are coming in and you'd watch their behaviors more than anything else. And these folks that had $100 wanted to play a $10 minimum table, didn't really care about the rules. Whereas some folks were much more mathematically inclined. And that's always the challenge about running a business. And that's before you get into some of the price gouging that takes place now, where it's $13 for a beer, $12 for a bottle of water. And people would kind of be blown away if they knew what casinos actually paid for a Bud Light or Coors Light that they were flipping with ridiculous margins.
Wow. If you're looking for value in the NBA draft tonight, it's not Cooper Flagg. I put in $3,000.
Cooper Flagg, that may be the best value because unless something tragic happens in the next 90 minutes, you are going to have a positive ROI on Cooper Flagg, where everything else is a little bit more circumstantial.
Right, but I put in $3,000. I would have won $3, Todd. So.
I mean, $3 for a guarantee is better than what I can give you for anything else. So, I mean, you have to look at it as a glass half full compared to some of the other storylines that are starting to brew and some of the line movement that we've seen around a couple of these other marquee players.
Do you do anything with the NBA draft?
I don't. I mean, it's a market that's relatively new, and the challenges out here is that we only had a couple of books offering some NBA draft props. The limits aren't enough to do the deep dive really required to make it worthwhile. And the unique quirk out here in Nevada, and I'm not sure every state is a little bit different, they pull all draft odds off the board 24 hours before the draft is going to start. Compared to some states where you can bet it, up to 3 to 5 minutes before. But there are definitely some big prices. And I know a couple of years ago when Woj and some of the other NBA insiders reported that it was going to be Jabari Smith going number 1, people were able to make quite the windfall on Paulo Banchero at a price tag right around 9-1, as close to 10 minutes before that event actually started.
That was big.
That is really interesting. I'm curious. You're a big NHL guy. Well established. You play college hockey, but you really enjoyed the NBA Finals this year, didn't you?
Yeah, I thought it was great. I mean, look, the Game 7 wasn't as entertaining as we thought it was going to be given the injury to Tyrese Halliburton, but I think the ebbs and flows that we saw more entertaining than a lot of NBA Finals than we've seen in the past. And I know people, look, I'm as critical of the NBA regular season as anybody. Don't watch a ton of it, but I thought it was great theater from start to finish, and some of the runs that we saw from both teams, and to see the adjustments that both of those sides make, and a Oklahoma City Thunder team that kind of came of age before our very eyes to see how sustainable it'll really be, whereas the NHL playoffs, or at least I should say the Stanley Cup final, start out like a house on fire with back-to-back overtime games, and then the final 4 games, at least for me, even including the overtime game in Game 4, where the Oilers were able to beat the Panthers, underwhelmed, and then, of course, Game 5 and Game 6. If I didn't have to cover them or talk about them in post-game responsibilities, I probably would have turned off midway through the second period.
Todd Ferman with us on 3HL. You were close on the NASCAR race at Pocono. Close. Denny Hamlin finished second at Pocono. What do you think about the NASCAR in-season challenge? Denny Hamlin and William Byron, the favorites.
I wouldn't touch either of the favorites. Denny Hamlin's going to have a very tough road in front of him. He can definitely advance through his matchup against Ty Dillon this week in that de facto 1 versus 32 at Atlanta. But it is a super speedway type of track, so when chaos can happen, it most definitely will. And then you look at 2 road courses coming up. We'll go to Sonoma. We'll go to the Chicago Street Course. So I don't think Denny can make a deep run. The track does set up well. I mean, those 3 races for William Byron, so if you're looking at a favorite. But I think you'll be able to see a similar number on the 24 car going forward. For me, looking down the board, a driver that kind of stands out, and I haven't bet this myself. We'll break it down in great detail on a live stream tomorrow night for any NASCAR fans that are interested. 6 o'clock Central is, I think, what we're working for, so they can follow that on social media. I think Kyle Busch has a chance to really make some noise and get through the first couple of rounds if he's able to get through Brad Keselowski, where he'll be a slight underdog this weekend in Atlanta under the lights. But back-to-back road courses and somewhat favorable matchups in the bracket-style format should be a lot of fun. And look, I give NASCAR credit for thinking outside the box to try and spruce up the summer schedule, which can be a little bit anticlimactic. Would these be the 5 races that I would pick to try and roll this out? Probably not. And I do think that they let some opportunities to market this accordingly kind of slip through their fingers. But we'll see if it continues to stick, and hopefully that prize money gets jacked up. And it's something like the NBA in-season tournament that gets fans engaged. And as long as the players, drivers in this case, rally around it, should be fun knowing that we're about 9 races away from knowing the 16 drivers that'll race into the playoffs.
At what point do you and Payne, you probably already have, but I'm just curious about, because of the roster movements, maybe you wait longer than you used to, but start to get ready for college football season?
The process always starts. Once you start to go through spring practice, figure out some of the late portal additions, teams that are going to be undervalued, overvalued. But full disclosure for me, I mean, a guy like Brad Powers will have 100-plus win totals and conference futures and everything else before the calendar even gets to August. That's not how I build things out myself. And the one change that I've had to make to my handicapping over the last handful of years is any preconceived notion I have. Sometimes I scrap my power number or have to be much more aggressive in moving it after just 1 or 2 data points, because these teams either completely exceed expectations, Indiana last year being the perfect illustration, or underwhelm on the opposite end of the spectrum, like Payne's beloved Florida State Seminoles, where the betting market just couldn't catch up to them fast enough as they continue to crater. So it's always interesting. as the landscape changes. And some of the edges that we used to have in those markets get eroded day by day. So have a couple of smaller win totals, but again, just kind of getting ahead of prices that I don't think will be available, and feel much more comfortable, honestly, with the off-season work I do in the NFL and some of the macro bets I'll make there than what I do in college football, especially with a lot of books offering updated regular season win totals even after these teams have played, and they just can't catch up fast enough if a team isn't going to be good enough because they work off of that preseason baseline.
EA Sports had their top 25 toughest places to play in college football or whatever, and we kind of went through that list, and we had some exceptions on some of these things, but Florida State really stood out to me in that meaningless list. But they had them ranked 14th, and I go back to a conversation that we had with you a couple of years ago where you said, like, in terms of home field advantage, it's pretty uniform around the NFL, but college football, there's a lot more variance, and that Florida State doesn't get much in terms of home field, right?
No, Joe Campbell will get a lot more when the team is very good, and you're playing in a hostile environment. But Joe Campbell, for a 12 o'clock Eastern kickoff in the ACC, is not exactly something that I'm going to make a wholesale adjustment for. Now, the one thing that's always interesting about home field advantage in college as much as the NFL that you do have to try and make sure you stay a step ahead of, if there are some of those other intangibles, teams playing, in warmer venues that welcome teams in from the north late in the season, or teams from the south that have to travel up north.
Tennessee, Ohio State.
Exactly. And on other conferences that are out there in like the Mountain West that you don't deal with in the SEC, that it's a little bit tougher to go into Laramie, Wyoming, playing at altitude and working with some of those things. But I think one thing that often gets left out of the discussion when we talk about the value of home field, if there's a massive talent discrepancy between two teams, it's much easier to bridge that gap. Yep. Where you try and place a little bit more emphasis on home field advantage working in your favor is if the teams are a lot closer and it's a play here, a play there, or something else that you find isn't properly baked into the number given the time of day or where the game is falling in terms of the calendar. Because playing in a certain venue in September, like you said, is a hell of a lot different than playing in Columbus if you're Tennessee in the middle of December instead.
Mm-hmm.
Todd, I want to ask you a baseball question real quick because we don't get to talk a lot of baseball on here, being
rightfully so, Zeph, rightfully so.
So
not a baseball market.
Yes, not a baseball market. But when I get my chance, I'm gonna ask. So the Atlanta Braves, they've won 10 of their last 14. They're about to sweep the Mets, maybe if they win tonight for the second time in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
They're 6.5 games back from the wild card. What are you seeing from them about getting to the playoffs and possibly getting back to the World Series for the first time since that 2021 run?
World Series, I'm a little bit more concerned about. I do think the National League is tougher from top to bottom. If the Braves were playing an AL schedule, I think the path would be much more favorable. And when you look at the betting market for the Braves, just to even get into the playoffs right now, despite playing some of their best baseball this season, their number has drifted out to right around plus $3, if not a little bit higher, just to make the postseason tournament. And the big reason behind that is because even when you start to play better ball, as you begin to run out of runway, it gets to be that much more challenging. And I think, unfortunately, for the Braves, they may run into that when you're looking up in the standings at the Phillies and Mets, that they have a long way to go to try and close on those teams. And then you look at the wild card dynamics that's in play. There are just so many teams for them to jump in the National League. And while the Diamondbacks are taking on water, you're looking at the Diamondbacks, the Reds, the Padres, the Cardinals, the Brewers, the Giants, and the Mets all in front of them. So not only do the Braves have to win their games and continue to play ball at the clip that we're seeing, as you mentioned, winners 10 of their last 12, you need a lot of these other teams to fall back to the pack. And sometimes you have to control what you can control. And in a muddled wild card race in the National League, it could be a little bit more difficult than if they were playing in the AL.
Love it. Thank you, Todd. Appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you, Todd.
You got it, guys. Always a pleasure, gents.
There he is, Todd Ferman. Bet the Board podcast. They're about to have their summer podcast. I think June 30th is the date on that one.
That'd be good. Get to work.
Karen said, I wish we talked more baseball. We love baseball. We just know what,
We know what the market is.
You want to talk about Titans?
We have research abilities. Trucker Crazy Girl from Bon Aqua will join us next. If you want in, 615-737-1045. She wants to talk about knee replacement with Dr. Rob.
Wow.
Trucker Crazy Girl.
That's going to be interesting, man.
615-737-1045.
Spring Hill Heating and Cooling, SpringHillAC.com. They are the heating and cooling company that can take care of all your HVAC needs. It's time to tune up things, man. Schedule your 21-point tune-up for only $69. Watch Kevin and the fam take care of you. The doors opened up in 2011, and while raising his family, and they got a new addition. Salute to the baby girl being born. But they treat you just like such. Family. They're family owned and operated, so they treat you the exact same way. If you need a new unit, they got you covered. Get up to 60 months, no interest financing with approved credit. That's real simple. Now, if you called another company about your unit, and not sure if you agree, Spring Hill also gives free second opinions. So you can always be confident and understand that you are getting the best and honest price. They also do free service calls, so give them a call. It's real simple to do. They will have repairs plus low monthly payments on those repairs. All you got to do is go to SpringHillAC.com.
3HL 104.5 The Zone. Britt Doherty, Ron Slay with you. The executive producer of 3HL is Zeph.
What's up?
Babs' prize closet's going to open here in a little bit, y'all.
What's in there? What's going to be in there?
Soccer tickets.
Oh, everybody should be scrambling for that.
I cannot wait to hear Zeph Dog pronounce these soccer teams.
Oh, this is going to be excellent.
Soccer clubs.
We also have another giveaway.
What?
We have 2 giveaways.
What's the other giveaway? Oh, sounds tickets.
Let's do that one right now.
Baseball.
You want to?
Yeah.
All right. Do it,
All right,
Zeph.
guys. It's Winning Wednesday.
Do it,
here.
Zeph.
Right, I am doing it. You just interrupted me. I can't do it if you're going to talk too.
Hey, Zeph, do it.
Just do it.
Just do it.
Nike, sponsor me.
Do it, Zeph.
It's Winning Wednesday right here on 104.5 The Zone and the Nashville Sounds. Be caller number 5 right now to win 2 tickets to see the Sounds host Memphis next Wednesday, July 2nd at First Horizon Park. The first 1,000 kids and 12 and under will get batting gloves presented by First Horizon. That's 615-737-1045. Caller number 5 right now.
There you go. Let's go to Bon Aqua. Trucker Crazy Girl in Bon Aqua joins us now to talk about knee replacement. Trucker Crazy Girl, what's up?
How you doing, guys?
What up, though?
I am a long-time listener, first-time caller, and I just wanted to say, Slay, don't be worried about it. I had to have both my knees replaced after 25 years of driving, and Dr. Rob was my doctor.
Hey.
And within 2 weeks, I was, basically back to driving my own car, and within a month, I was back on the truck. So you got nothing to worry about. Do you have a jump rope?
No, but I will get one.
Well, it's good for, when you got to do leg lifts and you got to bend your knee and stuff like that. And it's really good for, when you get up in the morning and before you go to bed, stretching that leg out and getting it moving.
Yeah.
And so I would suggest you do that and as well as, do your rehab because a lot of people stop doing their rehab and then they pay for it.
Yeah.
That seems to be a consistent sentiment right there.
Serious.
Yeah.
So I got 2 stories for y'all. One, because people are all crazy about OxyContin. And so 2 days after my second surgery, my mom come home from work and she's like, well, hey, how you doing? And I said, I'm doing great, And so I don't do drugs. Don't drink or drive. Don't drug and drive. But, I'm off for a whole month. So I'm like, well, I took my OxyContin and I drank vodka and I had my vodka and Red Bull. And my best friend gave me some gummies, so I did my gummies, and I'm like,
what?
Mom, I think I'm a drug addict. And so, they just started laughing at me, and so of course I gave my gummies to my mom. She's like 70 years old. Because she's like a old school pothead. So I gave her my gummies, but I'm like, man, but I was feeling absolutely no pain at all. No pain,
I bet. With all that combination of cocktail.
Hey, I felt great. But my last thing was about my dog. I come home from the store, and I had my OxyContin in my bedroom. And I come home, and I found a bottle on the floor, and I found 1 pill left, And I'm like, what the fuck? So my dog got into my room.
Dang, and the store was getting so good.
It was getting so good.
Dang. The dog, I really wanted to know what happened with the dog, too. Did the dog take the oxys?
That's exactly where Trucker Crazy Girl was going. Man, I hate that we had to dump her.
Man, thanks for that advice, though, man. I'm gonna take that.
It's been a minute since we had the F-bomb on the show.
Yeah, and it just kind of flowed.
That was real. It did flow.
Yeah.
It made a lot of sense. It almost I'm so used to it that I almost didn't catch it.
Yeah, right. But
Wait, did you dump it?
Yes.
Did you press the dump button?
Yes.
Okay, because I was on the phone.
Yes, I know.
Then I hit the dump button when I heard. Okay, I'm just making sure someone got it.
Oh, we got it though. We're on the job over here.
Ramon in the chat. Love how she said
OxyContin.
OxyContin.
Yeah.
What was the
real.
word? I didn't hear the word.
The F-bomb.
Ooh, yeah, I can't say that
It was the word of all the
Same
words.
word that Trump and Cam keep using. And LeBron.
And Crazy Trucker Girl.
Yep.
Or Trucker Crazy Girl.
I mean, hey. Wonder if people lose their mind about it. We shall see.
Ramon said, y'all better not let Babs hear about that.
I know, I'm Savage. I've been texting her stuff all week, Savage, about that, and she ain't said not one thing. She thought it was cool.
But she didn't think it was going Cam, did it?
Yeah. Only Cam.
I was surprised by that reaction, actually. And then when you come at her in the chat, when she sent the Trump F-bomb, she didn't even notice why you sent that
she thought it was
response.
Excellent. She said it was excellent. I guess only for Cam.
Oh, man. 615-737.
To a different regard, man. That's all.
615-737-1045. 615-737-1045.
Thank you for that call, Trucker, crazy girl. That was good info. Everybody keeps saying do the rehab.
I feel like I knew where the story was going.
What happened to the dog?
I wanted to make sure the dog was okay.
That's what I was going to say.
And we have no idea.
I think he told me that they were.
She.
I think. Yeah, but I think.
She.
No.
She.
Okay, Trucker, crazy girl told me that they were both drug free.
Her and the dog?
Yeah. I think.
Jeremy said it was loud and clear on the radio. Well, I did hit the dump button. I did, for sure. So Mike Buckner needs to check the dump button in.
Well, yeah, we'll be all right, y'all.
I mean, we did what we could.
Yeah.
Who's flying this ship?
No matter, just
with
don't fight it.
Okay, we'll be right back. Gushin Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. That's where you need to go to get that next new vehicle. Man, you'll be so impressed. You'll say a bunch of curse words when you get up there, but in a good way and in a flowing through communication way. These guys will get you in the vehicle that's right for you. Just tell them what you're looking for. In all seriousness, more room, better gas mileage, maybe lesser of a payment, whatever you're looking for. They'll point you in the right direction. Go take that test drive. Get in your car and take the test drive. Go inside. They will help make the numbers work, and it will be that easy. Check them out, 3450 Tom Austin Highway in beautiful Springfield, Tennessee, just 30 minutes from downtown Nashville. Best vehicle buying experience you will have ever had. Gupton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Check them out online. GuptonMotors.com is the website. That's GuptonMotors.com. All of the dealership information is there. Address, phone number, everything you need. Inventory is there. All the deals they have going on in the month of the month of June. We'll get to July later. Right there, GuptonMotors.com. 3450 Tom Austin Highway, Springfield, Tennessee, about 30 minutes from downtown Nashville. That's Gupton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
Good evening. It is 5:03. I'm just Bonanno live from the 104.5 The Zone studios. Today, the Titans announced that they would hold training camp from July 23rd through August 6th at Ascension St. Thomas Sports Park, with 6 of those dates open to fans. Former Pro Bowl cornerback Shaquille Griffin signing a 1-year, $3 million deal with the Seahawks, a return to where he began his career in 2017. In college hoops news, the college basketball regular season is expanding from a 31-game limit to a 32-game limit. According to multiple reports, teams will not be required to, but now have the option to schedule more non-conference games starting in the 2026-27 season. Tonight, the first round of the 2025 NBA Draft gets underway starting at 7 p.m. The Dallas Mavericks, who won the NBA Draft lottery back in May, are expected to pick Duke's Cooper Flagg with the number 1 overall pick. The Spurs, 76ers, Hornets, and Jazz round out the top 5. Fire Foundation repair, whatever it needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Titans and Balls. This is 104.5 The Zone.
HL 104.5 The Zone. Britt Doherty with you on a beautiful day in the Music City. Hope you're having a great Wednesday. Tomorrow, we will be broadcasting live from Cool Springs, 104.5 The Zone, bringing back our Split Happens Bowling Bash with special guests and listeners on Thursday, June 26th at King's Dining and Entertainment in Cool Springs. Join us for a fun night of bowling with food, drinks, prizes, and more, all to help benefit Home Street Home. Admission is free. You can RSVP now at 1045thezone.com, and you can be there. Tuesdays, they offer bowl one, get one all day. Bring a friend. They bowl for free. Pretty good deal. Don Davenport on assignment. Ron Slay is here, y'all, on a Wednesday.
I am in the building, y'all. Woo. Painfully in the building.
Painfully in the building.
Yes, Cronky, it is hot outside.
Willie on YouTube says, Mayor, it's scorching out.
It is, man. It is. I sat there and smoked a cigar last night on the porch at about 8, and I felt so hot.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't miserable, but after I finished the cigar, I ain't even want to move. I just should have went to sleep on the porch because it started getting cooler.
Yeah.
But it was like, golly, dog, that was too much.
Well, it was 98 degrees at 4 o'clock. It is now 97 degrees, so we're headed down.
It's a dome.
Feels like 106.
Come on, man. Big man, turn the AC on for us.
There's a heat advisory until 7 o'clock on Friday evening.
Well, I'll be in the house. I'll be chilling.
No, you won't. Well, yeah, you will.
Oh,
inside the house.
We are. Heck yeah. Yes, indeed.
Yes,
I will.
Indeed, yeah. You okay, man?
Nope.
I don't know, man.
Why ain't nobody hitting the like? Okay, I just had to refresh. Okay, my bad.
No, you're right. People have been slow on the like
low
button.
like button.
Listen, man, I was proud of myself.
What you do?
Maybe the most proud I've been of myself today. I hit the like button, but without having you to tell me to hit the like button.
That's when you're on your job.
And I'm working.
You're getting something done, yo.
The executive producer of 3HLSF.
What's up?
He's a huge baseball fan, and oddly enough, people have been clamoring for baseball talk today.
Two-run homer self.
And it's two-run homer. It's what happened in your only other high school baseball appearance?
I don't remember.
Yeah, it ain't important, yo. We got the main thing.
And we got it on video.
Yeah, Cliff Notes.
And audio.
Great.
Baseball stat from Brandon Gaudin. Ronald Acuna Jr. has reached base multiple times in 14 consecutive games.
I saw this.
Per Sports Radar, he is the 4th Braves player to ever do this and the first since Deion Sanders in 1994. Rogers Hornsby has the record, 17 consecutive games where he reached base multiple times. That was in 1928. Deion Sanders 16 times in 1994. Eddie Matthews in 1962 and 63, 16 times. Ronald Acuna Jr., 14 times active streak. That is something, man.
So my first reaction when I saw this stat earlier today was, holy crap, Deion is a really good athlete.
Right.
Right? That's my first reaction.
For Deion to be on a list of 4 going back 100 years plus is incredible.
My second reaction to that
is... For a secondary sport.
Yeah.
Freak athlete.
My second reaction to that is Ronald Acuna Jr. is off to an insane start since returning from his second ACL tear. Now he's torn an ACL in both knees.
Yeah.
And he's got 9 home runs. All of his home runs, every single one of his home runs he's hit this year, over 405 feet. He doesn't have a home run less than 400 feet.
Letting it rip.
Yeah, I mean he's killing. I mean he's got a 500 on base percentage. He's
crazy.
His batting average like in the 360s, or it was last time I looked at it. I mean he is absolutely he's playing the best baseball of his career right now, and he's won an MVP before.
So you telling me y'all going to the playoffs?
No. I'm not saying all that. Baseball
they are on a streak, and the Mets are not. So now they're trying to catch the Phillies. But from Josh Pate, speaking of the Braves, you brought this up to Todd Ferman. Pate always has a good tweet rolling.
I think I saw this one.
Yeah, he wrote, some are alive today because of modern medicine. The Braves are alive today because of the New York Mets. Braves are 37-41. They're 9.5 games behind first place Phillies, but you said 6.5 back of the wild card?
Correct.
Atlanta 9-3 in their last 12 games. They're 5-0 against the Mets. They play the Mets tonight. They play the Mets tomorrow night also. Mets have lost 10 of their last 11. And Braves are trying to stay.
By the way, I can't wait till Throwputs Thursday tomorrow because Mets fans and Mets media are about to get it.
You going to give it to him, Zell?
Yeah, they did something dumb this week. Talking dumb this week.
Oh, okay.
So
I was really hoping you weren't going political with whatever you were going to come with because some have on them.
No, Mets fans are idiots. That's all everybody needs to know, and that's what you need to prepare for.
I know plenty
tomorrow.
of Mets fans that are good people.
Yeah, most of them are dumb.
Dang, Zeph.
Sorry, Mets fans.
LSU outfielder Derek Curiel, did you guys see this, was asked on X, is it true that the NCAA would not let you use your walk-up song because it was a Christian song?
Oh, I did see that. It was I think it was a Kanye song as well?
I don't know, but he responded with yes, sadly.
That's wild.
So, yeah, I don't know what the song was.
I think it was a Kanye song, if I remember correctly.
What else we got? The Titans will have 6 training camp practices that will be open to the public, and if you haven't done that before, it is worth doing.
Yes, it is.
And it's fun. And say hi to us when you see us, too. Please.
I heard Bert this morning saying that he was going to get all the tickets and then scalp them outside of the facility. So,
Bert also wants to throw cats in the river.
No, in a bag.
Put them in the bag and then throw them in the river. Bert's wild out here, man.
Mm-hmm.
And he's at management for 2 different radio stations here.
Big boss Bert.
That's right. Here are the days they will be open to the public. All right? Wednesday, July 23rd. Thursday, July 24th. Tuesday, July 29th. So 3 times in a week. Well, 4 times if you count this one. Wednesday, July 30th. Saturday, August 2nd. And Wednesday, August 6th. Also, Back Together Weekend presented by SeatGeek, July 26th at Nissan Stadium.
Yeah.
So that'll be cool.
Would it be a little baby 7-on-7 scrimmage or something, or practice, or would it just be meet and greet or something?
It sounded like it's going to be like a carnival, honestly.
A little fair.
Yeah.
Fair Nissan with the Titans players.
I think we should really find more details before we start adding to that.
Maybe they should give them to us.
I have them.
Oh, you do?
Back Together Weekend, presented by SeatGeek, a league-wide celebration of training camp returns to Nissan Stadium on Saturday, July 26th. This fan-favorite event will feature on-field practice, interactive games, fan giveaways, appearances by Titans alumni, and more. Fans can claim their free tickets for Back Together Weekend, presented by SeatGeek, starting today at TennesseeTitans.com/training camp.
There we go.
Look at that. We gave you some information there.
Mm-hmm.
Big boy sports talk show there.
Yeah, DoorDash playing.
What are you trying to do over there?
I'm trying to get my Uncrustables out. I've been waiting since 4:05.
You can tell the people what you did today different than you usually do?
Oh, I added an Uncrustable. I'm going to try the strawberry along with the jelly.
So when he told me that, I was like, Slay, you better get the grape to go with it, because if you don't like the strawberry, that's a waste of a DoorDash.
Yeah, so I added them in there. Ought to be good. Do that in the name of Savage. He likes strawberry.
He does, and I brought up strawberry the other day, and you're like, nah, grape.
Yeah, it's anything.
But you haven't had it.
He's about to. He's about to change.
What if you eat it and it's like potbelly chili, and you're like,
it'll never be better than grape ever. I don't care how good it is.
Really?
Nope. Grape.
But you usually like red things.
Yeah, but sauces, not jellies.
Candy.
Love it. You're right.
All right, I'm going to dive into your NBA brain when we come back. I've got
boy.
the ESPN mock
I don't know
draft.
what's going to come out of there,
The top 12. I know. Weird things coming out of your brain these days. But I've got the top 12. We'll run down that list. There are a few SEC players there. They've got 5 mocked in the first round. I'll hit you with that. Ask you, who do you think ends up with the better career? Maybe the best career. It's all about fit in the NBA is the other thing. But we'll do our best. And then they've got a bunch of dudes going in the second round, too. So we'll see. All that coming up. If you want in, 615-737-1045.
What's happening, y'all? MedicalHouseCalls.com. This is healthcare designed for your life. I mean, it is right there at your doorstep, literally. I know a lot of people, especially us fellas, we don't like going to the doctor's office. You know, we could be like, we'll diagnose ourselves, or we'll go do something else, like drink a ginger ale or something, which is silly. But this is what you got to understand. Your time is precious, and health is priceless. At Medical House Calls, we also offer primary care personalized to you. Also, mobile IV therapy. So you're feeling fatigue, you've been working out, and you can't get your body back moving. Well, athletic recovery, immune boosting blends, rapid rehydration, energy boost. They will help you select the IV therapy that fits your needs with vitamins, minerals, nutrients, going straight to your bloodstream. You get maximum absorption, giving you rapid results. All you got to do is call this number, 615-838-2375, 7 days a week, Monday through Sunday, 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Same day appointments available, next day guaranteed. Primary health care, urgent care, IV therapy, medical weight loss, all up under one roof. MedicalHouseCalls.com.
3HL 1045 The Zone. You can watch the show live, YouTube, Facebook Live, Twitter, and Twitch.
Twitch, please.
Top tier says, I have never had, seen, nor heard of an Uncrustable until 3HL. Carol writes, me either, top tier. The show is informative in more ways than one.
Yep. Stuff you need. Get through life.
You never know what you're going to get here, that's for sure.
That's correct.
Laura, you're about to find out at Ron Slade that the Strawberry Uncrustable is the best.
Nah, Laura, I'm going to be real with you.
Like, what would it have to taste like for it to be better than grape?
Nothing.
And it just tastes like nothing?
It can taste like...
That's pretty easy.
It can taste like the greatness of all foods ever created, and it still ain't going to be better than grape.
I like that you're going out there and trying it. You said you're doing it for Savage because he likes them?
No, he likes strawberry. I don't even know.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know if he likes strawberry Uncrustables.
Oh, you just mean strawberry in general for Savage.
Strawberry jelly.
Gotcha. All right. 615-737-1045. Gator Mike joins us now on 3HL. Gator Mike, what's up?
What's going on, fellas? Happy home day.
What up?
Hey, real quickly, can I give a shout-out to Zeph's other employer?
No, nobody knows who it is.
Which employer?
Cracker Barrel, right?
No, he got fired.
I don't work there anymore.
He got fired.
Yeah, he been long gone.
Oh, Zeph, anyways, you got to tell them the chicken fried chicken.
I got news.
The chicken fried chicken, that is the best thing on the freaking menu. So, Rod, listen to this. It is 2 fried chicken breasts, and then you get 2 or 3 sides with it. So you add that, and then you get your biscuits and cornbread. Dude, that's the best thing on the menu. Got the white gravy.
I do love the sides at Cracker Barrel. That is true.
Oh, so good. Anyways, was that sorry, I didn't know about that. Anyways, also the Nutella.
It's okay. He got fired because he quit showing up, Gator Mike. I mean, it's on him.
I took myself off the schedule.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, you know, he's newly married, Brett. He's got a crazy radio show to run. He's dealing with Kirby on remotes. You know, I feel Zeph's pain.
That's a lot.
Hey, real quickly, Ron, next you got to try the Nutella Uncrustable. That is the jam.
It's gonna be a while for me to stretch out. This is a stretch right here, Gator.
I don't like Nutella. Is that like a hot take? I don't like it.
Yeah, European.
That's a hot take, Brett. Yeah. That's a hot take.
That's a European thing?
Kind of like me. Hey, Brett, it still holds true to back to Overdrive days. I've still never seen all of the Godfathers all the way through. Tell me that ain't a hot take.
That's wild.
Well, that's just dumb on your part, Gator Mike.
I know. Yeah, and finally, Ron, we're going to have 2 Florida Gators for sure drafted tonight. Walter Clayton Jr.,
Yep.
Gator legend. Elijah Martin, I think, goes in the second round.
Yep.
And Will Richard may slip in there, but he'll probably be a free agent, undrafted free agent. Is what I'm going.
Pretty good right there. I don't push back against that. I don't push back against that at all. Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Yeah, so people are talking they may take Clayton at 20, Miami. How about that?
Well,
it's kind of fitting for him.
I have the ESPN mock draft right in front of me. So
give it to me, Brent.
I will in just a second, Gator Mike. You're going to have to listen for another couple minutes.
Okay. Hey, real quickly, Slay, while he's looking that up, I did not know this.
I'm not looking anything up. I'm waiting for you to get off the phone, and then I'm going to do it.
Okay, hold on. Real quickly, Ron, this amazed me. They said if Clayton Jr. gets drafted by Miami, he'll be the first Gator player drafted by Miami. And I thought they were wrong, but Udonis Haslem was an undrafted free agent.
That's right. Yep. And then played 75 years.
Yeah, I knew that. Yeah, the year I came in, like he was, that was his first year with Miami. He came in the summer league with me. Yeah.
Crazy. Anyways, always great to talk to y'all. And I'll hit you off there, Brent, for some this weekend.
All right. See you, dude.
All right, thanks.
Gator Mike. Here's what you need to do this weekend, Gator Mike. Watch Godfather 1, 2, and 3.
Please.
The reason I put my hand up is not because Cracker Barrel, because whatever. Ronald Acuna just announced that he's going to be in the home run derby in Atlanta this year.
Oh. I don't know about that, man. I don't want him jacking up his swing like some of those dudes do.
Nah, he's good. Okay. He's done it 2 times before.
Okay,
so.
That's true. ESPN mock draft, Dallas, Cooper Flag. You can put $3,000 up and make $3 for him going number 1 overall. Forward out, Duke. You already broke him down earlier.
Save your money, y'all.
San Antonio, Dylan Harper, Rutgers. What do you think about like the comparison between him and Ace Bailey? who they have going sixth?
Two different players.
Yeah.
First and foremost, yeah. So that's two different guys, two different positions, two
Depends
different
what you
mentalities.
need, kind of thing.
Yep.
Okay, Philadelphia, VJ Edgecombe. Baylor.
Love him. Athletic.
You
man.
love him?
Yeah, I like his game. Explosive. Kind of reminds you of a D Wade coming out of Marquette. You know what I mean? That kind of explosiveness. Will go up and defend the rim at the same time. Not a big fan of him putting it on the floor as far as creating, but one or two dribbles, yeah. Get to where you got to get to, elevate up over guys, but it's freak athlete, man. Freak athlete.
Where am I? Number 4, Charlotte. Con Knipple, Duke.
Yeah, this one right here, this is not a head scratcher, but
I don't know what to think about him.
Shoot it.
Yeah.
All day long. Let it
Laces.
fly. Yeah, I mean, different. But I think, me personally, I would take Trey Johnson before him. I would take Jeremiah Fears before him.
Yep.
Yeah, like those
Both those
two
guys are coming up.
Yeah, them the two that come to mind right away. Like Knipple is, he can get it done, man. I was impressed with him. What he was able to do, like him in the pick and roll was solid. Him playing off the ball was very solid. But man, them other two dudes behind him, Trey Johnson and Jeremiah Fields, them young men right there. I can see them not easily being all-stars, but being all-stars in their career.
Number 5, Utah, Jeremiah Fears, Oklahoma, point guard.
I liked it. I like him.
Yeah.
He can play. He impressed me going down the stretch of SEC play.
He really did, man. He put that team on his back.
Yeah.
And they needed to get hot down the stretch.
And then, man, shout out to his teammate, Jalen Moore, was in workouts, man, towards ACL, dog.
Ooh.
Towards ACL, dog. So, yeah, man, healthy recovery for him.
Yep. Number 6, Washington. I mentioned Ace Bailey from Rutgers. You talked about him earlier in the show. Number 7, New Orleans. The center from Duke.
Malawatch. Pretty good. Long, rangy, athletic. What centers are in the league today?
Yeah.
You got to have one.
Yeah. 8, Brooklyn. Trey Johnson, Texas, shooting guard.
Love him. Been raving about him since I had the opportunity to see him. What was it, November?
Yeah, it was early.
Man, dude right there. I love his game. Can't think of a good comp for him, but man, all 3 levels. I ain't gonna say a standstill shooter, but creators. When he get hot, look out.
Yeah, he's not afraid.
Look out, boy.
Ooh. Toronto, Noah Essengwe, is that how you pronounce him?
I'm not familiar with him.
He's from Germany.
Yeah.
He played in Ratio Farm Ulm in Germany.
Well,
power forward. Phoenix, Carter Bryant, Arizona.
I didn't watch Arizona that much. I did watch it towards the end.
3-4 swing guy.
I didn't know. Solid.
Portland is the Illinois point guard, Kasparis Jakushias. Jakushinonis. Yaku.
Yakasevicius. That's hard to say his name, but he can play. I know that. He can play. A big guard that can handle it, get a shot. Older guy too. You know what I mean? As far as these young guys coming out.
Yeah.
But
there are a bunch of super seniors in this round. Typically, it looks like they're falling to the second round, but they are here. Chicago with the last lottery pick at 12, Colin Murray Boyles from South Carolina.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what Colin Murray Boyles does. They have him tabbed as a defensive guy, but if this was back in the day, the power forward, 6'9" power forward, may go a little higher than that because he's a prototypical power.
Like physical guy.
Yeah, buddy. I loved him. I raved about him his freshman year. Yeah, that was one of my favorite players in that year. So.
All right, so as far as the SEC guys, we went through 5, 8, 12. Number 19, Brooklyn, Asa Newell from Georgia.
Dog.
Top 20 pick.
Dog, long, rangy, can stretch the floor, but, man, he's one that put it on the floor and go finish on your head. Like him.
And then to Gator Mike's point, New Orleans, ESPN has at 23, New Orleans, Walter Clayton Jr., Florida point guard.
Yeah, everybody saw him on the big stage.
Right.
Know exactly what he does.
Who do you think has the best chance to have the best career?
Wow.
Now, obviously, we don't know fit, and fit is so important in the NBA.
Yeah, that's tough, So
So Jeremiah Fears, Trey Johnson, Colin Murray, Boyles, Asa Newell, Walter Clayton Jr. I'll give you the second-round picks, too. 35, Philadelphia, Thero from Arkansas. 37, Detroit, Chaz Lanier, Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
Sacramento at 42, Kobe Brea, Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
Oklahoma City, Janai Broom, Auburn.
Yeah. Should have been right there in the running for National Player of the Year, second-round pick.
I just think about, like, what he gives them. He'll give them minutes for sure.
Oh, absolutely. He stretched the floor, put his back to the basket. I don't know about defending the basket like that, even though he got some good timing in college.
But you do have Chet down there, too,
yeah,
like if you're in the game at the same time.
Yeah, in the NBA.
Phoenix at 52, Elijah Martin, Florida.
Yeah.
And Utah at 53, Amari Williams, Kentucky.
So value pick. Amari Williams is if he gets a motor, he got a chance to be something nice. Man, the person I think could have the best though, I'm gonna go Fears or Trey Johnson, man. I'm gonna go Fears or Trey Johnson, and this is me not talking about Cooper Flagg and Ace Bailey and all. I'm taking them out.
I just asked about SEC guys.
Oh yeah, okay.
Anyway, so
yeah, all right, yeah. Jeremiah Fields, man. Right situation, keys to the team, time to grow, stay healthy. Him and Trey Johnson, I like them. Like them both.
I think Jeremiah Fears has both. I think both of those guys have a chance, and correct me if I'm wrong, to be good pretty early.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You know?
Yep. Especially, I might even say Trey before Jeremiah Fears just because of the way he plays. Jeremiah got the ball in his hands.
He's got a chance to get more minutes.
More attention, yeah.
Sam Vicini, senior writer at The Athletic covering the NBA and the NBA draft, wrote this about former Vol guard Jemai Mashack. Quote, Mashack was the best defensive player in college basketball this year and might be one of the best perimeter defenders on the planet right now. And that is not an exaggeration.
That's tough.
And that's a national writer covering the league.
He's one of the guys that you end up seeing that later on while you're watching the playoffs, he went to one of those teams. He's getting time as a seventh man.
And he'll probably get a chance to kind of select. You know? Because he won't get drafted.
Yep, in a sense. But work on that shot, just making it consistently, which I heard he did. And being a 3-and-D guy, everybody in the league has a spot for you. It's almost like being a quality wide receiver in the NFL.
Yeah.
You know, in the pass-happy league, you're always going to have people getting hurt, so you're going to have an opportunity to step up. Something like, prime example, Nick Westbrook-Akine.
Yeah.
You can just grind your way in, and you look up, man, he'd been had a 9-10-year career. You know what I'm saying? With some times in the playoffs, maybe even had a run at the finals. I think he's it can work out well for him. Just got to go to a right situation too, though, man. Not get hidden. Pay your dues. May have to go down to the G League and play a little bit, you know, and work your way back up. But
yeah,
it's spots out there for guys like that. No question.
Well, and so many teams want to switch off everything now, and you can do that with Mashack.
Yep.
But yeah, he's got to be able to be at least somewhat of a threat on offense.
Mm-hmm.
From Mike Wilson, Chaz Lanier set to make Tennessee history in the NBA draft. When Lanier is picked, again projected second-round pick, Tennessee will have had a player in 5 straight NBA drafts for the first time since the NBA moved to 2 rounds in 1989.
That's pretty dope. I don't like the 2-night stuff, though.
I don't either. Let's do it all tonight.
It's 2 rounds. Like,
do it all tonight.
Yeah, like, why are you doing 2 different nights for that?
Try to stretch
it's all
it
about
out,
money.
Man.
It's all about money.
Yeah, NFL setting the market for this stuff.
Yeah, but, like, what are the ratings for the second round of the NBA draft?
Right.
615-737-1045. X is in Lebanon. X, what's wrong, man?
What's up, guys? How y'all doing today?
What up, X?
Hey, for one, Clay, I'm in trouble because of you again.
Dang, I keep on getting my dog in trouble.
I know, like, man, at first I got kicked out the house almost, but this time I'm at the workplace. And, yeah, almost, you know, I put out some magic. But, so, like, you know how you was on your rant about Tennessee Vols suck, right?
Yep.
So today we had a conversation in the break room about Will Levis. And, of course, me being me, I just had to let everybody know, hey, man, he sucked. We need, I'm cool with getting him off the roster. That's just me personally. Like, why are we going to hold him there? So I got in trouble, though, was because the lady that I was arguing with was from Kentucky, and I didn't know that. And so I said, well, Will Levis is like a Father's Day gift. She was like, what you mean? It ain't there. So I got in trouble and got sent to HR because of you.
No, you gonna keep getting sent to the corner, dog.
Y'all have a good
Hey, X-Man. Hey, X-Man, you gotta keep your head on the swivel, dog. Like, hey, come on, man. Come on, sometimes you got to throw in the towel. You don't need to have a rebuttal for everything, man. Sometimes just let it rest. Let it rest. Oh, man.
Darrington out east. D, what up?
What's happening, my party people?
What's happening?
Man, hey, it's like, now listen, I love basketball too, and I'm gonna miss it because it's gonna be gone for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if you're not like a true basketball fan, just like for synopsis wise, the NBA finals sucked. If you I like stories. That's why I don't like college basketball because. Yes, I know it's a team sport, but there's no backstory to it. I need my backstory. I need the entertainment value of it. And if I'm paying for a product, to have to watch it, the NBA Finals lacked all of that, which is probably why Love Island was beating it out in ratings. Beat it out in ratings all the time.
You and Will Bowling.
I've never watched a single episode of it. I just know that. Hell, even Tyrese Halliburton gave it a shout out. That he had to watch. That was watching Love Island. So if you got your players doing that, then hey. But my thing is, so I was on Instagrams and I was looking and I seen Cooper Flag and he had like 40 people of media all around him, and then they showed next to him was Cade Bryant and there was 2 people around him.
Mm-hmm.
So with the way media, okay, we know Cooper Flag's number 1 pick. Okay, we boost these players up. And I thought this, because you and Don was having a conversation about who's going to be the biggest help or could possibly be the biggest threat to Cam Ward. My thing is, I'm not going to say just media. I think fans and media together with the combination of pressure that they put on them just because of what they're projected or what they come out at. If I'm not mistaken, before Cam Ward got drafted, they said there was no quarterback that was worth a first-round pick.
Mm-hmm.
Now, all of a sudden, with media and local fans, he's the savior. He's Tennessee Jesus. And I'm like, well, just a month ago, he wasn't even supposed to be a first-round pick. But now, all of a sudden, he's going to be the savior.
No,
and then if he...
Come on, D. It was a lot longer than a month ago. What happened with Cam Ward was in the season, people were talking about him not being number 1. Once they got to the offseason and people started meeting him and putting him on the board, that's when the talk started happening around the league, and that's when he got elevated to the number 1 spot.
Okay. Now, see, and all of that, not one point did I see about what he did on the field. It was meeting him and talking. All that meeting and talking, you could do. Hey, I know people put on fake voices when they answer the phone, and then when you actually go do the job, you find out you ain't really qualified for that job because you ain't got no history into it. My thing is, is it a way that we can maybe, and then not just for Cam Ward, just in natural.
I got you.
Because we got mental health is going crazy. We put them on such a pedestal, and if they don't meet that or surpass it, then it's like they will Levis then. So I was just wondering y'all guys' opinion to take about that. Y'all stay cool out here in this Nashville toaster box we living in, and I'm gonna go after out and listen to what y'all got to say.
All right, Derek. we'll hit you up after the break. We got 3HL bingo card coming up. Before we go to the break, though, Zeph has full control of Babs' prize closet, and I cannot wait to hear him pronounce these 2 soccer clubs.
Yeah, so Babs left her big old backpack here that's got everything possibly in it, and I found a couple tickets in there. So it's another chance for you to win tickets from Babs' prize closet, but I am not Babs. Be caller number 5 right now to win 4 tickets to see Al Hilal take on CF Pachuca this Thursday, June 26th at 6 p.m. Central Time at Geodis Park. Are you guys ready for a global soccer showdown? See football legends collide at the 2025 FIFA Club World Cup at Geodis Park. Geodis Park is one of 12 stadiums in the United States that will stage matches at the new FIFA World Cup. Well, that's not how it's written. A new FIFA World Cup 2025 when the 32 best clubs in the world play for the only official title of the FIFA World Club World Champions. Witness soccer history as Al Hilal takes on CF Pachuca this Thursday at 6 p.m. Central Time in Nashville. Get your 2025 FIFA World Cup tickets now at FIFA.com/tickets or right now. Call number 5-615-737-1045.
Ow, how?
Loan Pronto, maybe you're maxed out on credit cards, struggling with high interest debt. Well, you can pay it all off in days with Loan Pronto's Rapid Equity Loan. Don't touch your low rate first mortgage. Don't have to have an appraisal. Don't have to wait. Yes, all of that is accurate. The Rapid Equity Loan Program at Loan Pronto is amazing. They actually had a client last month get $300,000 approved out of the equity in their home in under 24 hours, paid off debt, renovated a kitchen, and then on top of it, cut their monthly expenses by $1,800. Loan Pronto offers instant approvals, low rates, and no hard credit pull up front. You can start the entire process on loanpronto.com. or give them a call and let them talk you through it. 615-499-5780, loanpronto.com, 615-499-5780. Loan Pronto, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 1661781, on approved credit, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
All right, you're a little tired behind the wheel. Yes, things can go a little disarray for you when you're driving, and somebody could tap you, or you could tap somebody. When it happens, it's called an accident, people. Accidents do happen. Are you in fault? Is someone else in fault? Well, one fault or excuse or anything that doesn't need to be made, that's from Bart Durham injury law. You can always mean to call them because you know what you're going to get. 615-242-9000. 615-242-9000. Life can change in an instant, people. Car wreck can throw everything off. Your job, your bills, your peace of mind. That's when all you need is somebody on your side to come out fighting. Blair Durham and his team, they've been fighting for folks in Tennessee for years, making sure insurance companies pay up. So don't wait around. You don't have any upfront costs. You just got real people making sure you get what you deserve. Bart Durham Injury Law, 24/7, ready to fight for you. 615-242-9000.
3HL 1045 The Zone. Appreciate you listening and hanging out with us on a daily basis.
Yes.
Hot out there, y'all. What is tomorrow going to be?
Tomorrow is Throw Punch Thursday, y'all.
It is Throw Punch Thursday.
28th.
It is currently 95 degrees. It feels like 104.
This is, y'all.
Well, I feel like someone's going to throw punch the weather.
Me.
Yeah.
Mother Nature.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you want to throw punch her.
Thursday, high temperature
feisty.
95. Today was supposed to get up to 100, did it?
Yeah, you just said that what it feel like. No, it don't matter what it got up to. This is what it feel like.
I know, but records come from the air temperature.
No, forget the record. It's hot.
Friday, 90 degrees. Saturday, 91. Sunday, 89. You shake your head.
Yeah.
I'll be in Barcelona on Sunday.
Barcelona. So when you leave, though?
We leave Saturday afternoon. I think our flight's at 3.
It's a good little time, man. 2 movies. 1 movie. No, you take off, eat you some snacks, start watching your movie.
Have some drinks.
Go to sleep. Wake up, start watching your other movie. They'll be able to be serving dinner at that time. Then go to sleep, and then you'll wake up and y'all.
I've got some TV shows I'm going to watch.
How long y'all flight? 8 hours? Y'all straight?
No, we have a layover somewhere up east.
New York.
Somewhere up northeast. Yeah, I think it is New York.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think it's a 11 or 12-hour flight.
Tomorrow, the high temperature in Barcelona is 87 degrees. Sunday, it'll be 93.
Yeah, I think we land at 10:15 Sunday morning.
Y'all fly to Barcelona, though?
Yeah. Yeah. Straight to Barcelona.
Should have flew to Bologna. You're going to have a good time, Zeph. It's going to be a ball, man. Telling you.
I'm excited to go to Rome. I want to see the Colosseum.
Hey, it's cool.
Rome, I've heard Rome's dirty.
Is it?
That's what Mickey Ryan said.
I mean, it ain't dirty. It's like...
He liked other places.
Baltimore is dirty.
Well, yeah.
Well, yeah, they have the Ravens.
Well, and they have a lot of violence.
It's like this is... it's old. It's old ruins in Rome is what it is.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm okay with that.
Dirty.
It's history.
There's cobblestone everywhere, dust. It's a little dusty. It ain't dirty.
Oh, okay. That's what you mean by dirty.
I don't know if that's what he meant by dirty. That might be what he meant by dirty.
I think he means like
dusty.
It's dusty because it's old.
Rome is dusty.
Yeah.
Rome is old. It wasn't built in a day.
What you got going over there? Are you going to try the strawberry for the first time live on the radio?
I can't. It took so long to get here.
They're still frozen.
You got to wait on it to thaw. Believe me, when they get outside, it ain't going to take long. By the time I walk
Just
in
go
my
put it
truck,
on the balcony for 30 seconds.
yeah, it'll be done.
Might be toasted.
Put it on the bricks.
No, it'll definitely be toasted.
That's like a pizza oven.
Mm-hmm. So I'll take an extra one.
3HL bingo card. I only wrote down one thing today. I was kind of...
What? What was
I was
that?
slacking. I was slacking.
Slacking? And you're macking?
I was definitely not macking, but I was slacking.
Okay.
This is from you, oddly enough.
What did I do?
I'm running on hope like the Titans fan base.
Hey. Sound about right. Yeah. No, but Dr. Rob is my hope. He's my Cam Ward.
He's your Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yep, that's where all my hope is.
Who's Dr. Rob's Brian Callahan?
Him.
So he's
everything.
He's Callahan and Cam Ward?
He both.
So you got hope in...
well, I mean, if you think about it, he's the one calling the shots, but he's also the one executing the shots. Yeah,
probably got some buddies in there with him, but
you know, Dawn Davenport would love to be standing there and watch that surgery.
Oh my gosh, no.
She's that person. Is that all women, or is that just like
that's Dawn?
her?
That's Dawn. That's Babs.
She'd also see something in the surgery and then Google it and go on WebMD and be like, "Are they supposed to be doing that?"
Yeah,
no, I don't think so.
She'd start questioning the doctor.
She's gonna knock on that glass. You're not supposed to be cutting right there.
Yeah, we'll wake up and put her right out. I'll get this hocus pocus lady out of here.
Give her some anesthesia too.
I will say this: you've been telling me to watch Landman for forever. And I watched the first episode, and then I didn't watch the second episode for a while because I could tell, like I know myself, in really good series, I don't want it to end, so I slow roll it. But now I'm in season 7.
I told you.
It is phenomenal television. Billy Bob Thornton should win every Emmy award he could possibly win.
Yeah.
For that.
Did you ever watch Linus? Did you ever go watch it?
Yep.
Oh, you finished
great
that,
too.
Yeah.
I think this is better than that though.
Too different.
It is very different. The CIA element was pretty good, but
I loved it.
It's amazing the depth of knowledge that Taylor Sheridan goes in to his topics and his subjects because, I mean, they're different, you know?
Good. He's good.
But, yeah, it's really good. Zeph, what are you watching now? You were watching Game of Thrones.
I finished it a while ago.
Yeah.
What you going to watch going over? That's what I want to know. You and Alyssa, y'all going to read books or what y'all going to do?
I have a book. I'll read a book. I'll read some. I can't do a book all the way straight. I'll read a little bit of a book, watch some TV, maybe a movie, go back to the book, scroll my phone, play my phone. Like I have to bounce around.
You don't think you're going to sleep?
No, I'll go to sleep, but when it gets dark.
What time y'all leave?
3 p.m.
Yeah.
So it'll be way into our second flight before I'm even thinking about sleeping.
Oh, y'all leave here at 3.
Yes, we leave here at 3.
Yeah. That's a good time.
Yeah. Land in New York sometime late afternoon.
It's going to be tough, though, because the sun will be coming up when you get ready to land.
That's what the shades are for. And I think I'm going to find an eye mask.
That's what the shades are for. That's what shades are for.
I know Alyssa bought us some, airplane pillows and blanket, the
She seems like she's a very prepared person. I don't know about
you should see our Amazon cart the last week.
Yeah.
For this trip.
Carol says, this woman would not want to watch any surgery, but my daughter is an OR nurse. No, but Babs likes all the pimple popper, and she used to show us weird stuff.
Anything gross.
We made her stop.
Anything gross. She's with it.
She loves gross.
Yes.
What do you think Dr. Rob would say if Babs was standing there and was like, I don't think you're supposed to cut that?
Dr. Rob is very thorough, so he would tell a woman, please excuse yourself.
Yeah. How'd you even get in here?
Yeah. Who
let you in here?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He's very thorough.
That would be funny if she just nobody noticed her because she was in scrubs and the mask and everything.
I would notice.
So you would wake up.
Yeah.
So you'd hear her voice. You'd hear her voice and wake up and be like, I'm not at work
Doc,
right now.
No, Doc. Come on, Rob. Get her out of here, man.
Hocus pocus lady.
Yeah. What's she doing? Some voodoo in here? This lady out of here, man.
I mean, the last thing she said on the radio before she went on assignment was, they going to slice you open.
You see what I'm saying?
Hocus pocus lady. Man, we appreciate y'all listening to us and hanging out with us. We appreciate you including us in your day. We do not take, and your lives. We do not take that for granted, nor do we take that lightly. Have a great night, y'all. Good night. God bless.
See ya.
Wouldn't want to be you unless you were getting a shout out to the crazy trucker lady. We would love to hear that story, but we can't. And the heat index out there.
Ooh. Dumb.